What's up? What's up? What's up? What up? What up? What up? Got to get into this. Had a bit of a controversy. Robert Griffin III, Robert Griffin III posts a Juneteenth photo, and it stirred a lot of anger from a lot of people, caused a lot of problems. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to his actual post, looking for the actual post itself. Pull on up, man. Because somebody was saying so he can't celebrate it. So he can't celebrate Juneteenth. Looking at it right here. The ancestors who waited for freedom didn't dream of a new chain. They dreamed their descendants could one day truly be free to live, love, celebrate love without permission. My family is living proof of that freedom, a proud black man. His Estonian queen and four beautiful daughters, a family built on love, not division or separation. If a picture of our family on Juneteenth makes you angry, maybe you have forgotten a massive piece of what our ancestors fought for. They fought for the freedom for all of us to love, build, and celebrate without division. I'm choosing gratitude over grievance, legacy over division, and full freedom, the full freedom they bled for. I'm celebrating real freedom instead of policing it. God is good. Let's continue. Now, it's one thing for Robert to do that, right? It's one thing for him to say that and speak of this. A lot of people didn't agree with him. Our ancestors didn't fight for this bullshit. They fought for freedom from your wife. You know, the same people that hung, and then they said some stuff I really can't say. But when you do think of Juneteenth, though, a guy like Robert Griffin, right? Where does he fit? Where does he fit in that? Does he fit anywhere in that picture that one could feel comfortable with him? His wife's from Estonia. I don't know where that is. He has four kids. There was a video earlier where his wife, he was talking down on, I think, one of the women, Jamil Hill, or one of the black women. He was talking about him, and his wife was in the back, and she was doing a lot of stuff, and Ryan Clark got upset with him. And in this Juneteenth celebration, um, they freed the slaves. It was a moment, a proclamation of freedom from slavery. And yeah, people are going to, exercise freedom. So Robert Griffin III, his freedom is creating the family that he creates. Within his statement, he kept making references to or assumptions or whatever. He kept referencing about if this photo angers you. So we want to take a look at this, and I'm curious to know, is this Juneteenth? Is this a true depiction of what Juneteenth is meant to be? And we know people don't like the holiday. People make fun of the holiday. They don't like it. Um, if you look at it from the standpoint of freedom, if this is a attempt to get freedom or execution of freedom, I don't know if Juneteenth was about just freedom. Like it's Freedom Day, but it's the slaves finding out they were free. You're still gonna have to look at how a person lives their life. Free to do what? Free to do what? Are you free to, you do have to examine the choices that a man makes. And also you do have to examine engagement with a full engagement with a black woman and making black babies and 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 being unapologetic about being black. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with the man who has a black wife and three black kids and he celebrates the legacy and the history of black America? We look at a Robert Griffin III, they say, well, you certainly can celebrate, but are you truly representing what the whole movement or the holiday stands for? I think that's a legitimate question to ask. I think Robert and yeah, his section went wild, man. I mean, they went to town on Robert Griffin. Our ancestors didn't fight for this BS. They fought for freedom from your wife's ancestors. The same people who, and then there's a lot of stuff that you can't say. This is on his thread. This was by Mother Jones or something, no, Mother B or something. The tribe of Abraham are going to come for you. Wow. Your ancestors all dreamed of marrying Estonian queens? No. That's what it says. The person wrote that. If he's so proud of black people, he didn't marry one. Your family is a spit in the face of the people who made Juneteenth a holiday. Our black ancestors fought to be seen as equal humans as everyone else. Yeah, yeah. They fought for freedom. This was a fight for freedom. We get it. We get it. We get it. You are married to a white woman. We get it. Some guys believe that white ice is colder, but eventually it all melts the same. Freedom to you is wife and a white woman and making mixed babies. You decided to play in the snow. Why you bringing Juneteenth in it? Yeah, interesting. Interesting. I'd be interesting to go through Robert Griffin's post. Did he do the same thing on these other holidays? Why is everything about you got a white woman wife? Dude, that's like all you post. He does do that a lot though, man. He does. He posts up his white woman wife a lot, man. He does post that up. He does, man. He stays doing that. And yeah, it's Juneteenth. and the ancestors were freed, and you have freedom for equality, but you do have to still use discernment, and you do still have to make good decisions with your freedom. You do. You do. And some people would say Robert Griffin III is going a little bit far. He's weaponized his white woman to a certain degree. He has to a certain degree. You could say that. You could say that, but I do think all people, not just black, all people have to acknowledge that this Juneteenth holiday is it is for him. It's him for and his family. That it is. It's shared. You know, it doesn't change what Juneteenth means, but there are people out there who would just say, "Hey, we're happy you got you a white woman, bro. Well, will you give us a break?" You know, and like the guy said, a Keisha, he don't want a Keisha. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't want a Keisha. Some people do. Yeah, I'm looking. It's about 3,000 comments, so I'd be here all night trying to read all those comments. But clearly, he struck a nerve. People were very upset within their pride, and they, you know, his suggestion that he's being a proud black man, he's displaying pride. There's going to be disagreements with that. They don't look at him as being a prideful man, not at all. And our ancestors, what they died for, and then look at what we continue the struggle. You know, there was a period of time when you couldn't get a white woman. So if he was trying to make that point, it was back during that time he could not. You couldn't have an interracial marriage, right? So we have moved, we have progressed, but I do think Juneteenth is seen more of an affirmation for blacks and respect and pride and what the black building a black community, building a black family, and the people who choose to do it, the people who choose to be like Robert Griffin III, they can do what they want to do. But there are groups out here who still believe and they share a special bond with others within that community. And people are tired of people trying to take, they say anytime you have something that's black, everybody wants to take it. Everybody wants to take it and turn it into what they want to turn it into. A St. Patrick's Day. I look at that as, you know, you can drink some green, wear green, and it's St. Patrick's Day. I don't look at that as something I'm allowed to participate, but it is a particular standard for other people in the sense that it's already established how it's supposed to be celebrated. This Juneteenth thing, they had a lot of celebrations. They had a bunch of celebrations for Juneteenth. People were out dancing. There was a slave reenactment. There was all types of things. People were proud. And all of a sudden, Robert Griffin III says, "I'm just going to take Juneteenth and post my white woman." You know, and that's, you know, when you think about that though, when you think about him doing that, is he doing that because he loves the people, or is he just doing that as a like an act of defiance? And I said, this Robert Griffin, I didn't even know he was like this, man. I had no idea he was the way he is, man. I didn't know. And I imagine that he's probably been mistreated. He's probably been really, really mistreated and talked about, and guys have said little things. And a lot of these guys harbor a lot of resentment toward blacks. They just and they just want to take it out on the whole black experience. When they see a Juneteenth, it's like they want to try to destroy that Juneteenth celebration or take the win out of it. And yeah, if he was trying to get people upset, he did. He managed to do that. He got a lot of flack for what he's doing. The freedoms our ancestors bled for. And Robert Griffin is exercising his freedoms. And what Robert needs to understand, it wasn't black people preventing you from, marrying you a white woman. That wasn't black people doing that. So you throwing it up in the black people's face. You throwing that all up in the black person's face. You throwing that all up in their celebration as if they were trying to, they wasn't them. And I look at this. This is your Juneteenth. Like Juneteenth is what you want it to be. Now, the black community does need to reach out there and have an affirmation. They need to go out there and have a clear definition and tradition of what it means, so that when people get out of that, you can see the difference. But isn't it? It's always something that's black that people just say that I can do what I want with. I can reinvent it. I can change it into something else. It's a day of celebration of slaves who there was no internet, there was no radio. Of course, it's going to take years for them to find out they're free. It's going to take years for that information to filter down to them. And who's to say that the people who owned them didn't know and just didn't tell them? Who's to say that they didn't get the word? They could read. Slaves couldn't read. Slaves couldn't read. So Robert says our ancestors bled for him, having his type of family, and obviously the white woman. If that's what he wants to say, I think it was a little bit more to that. I think accumulating the white woman, I think freedom was more important to those people. I think being able to be free and live as a free man, that was very important to them. Robert has been free. And when you say pride, what is pride? I choose pride. You know, and black guys like Robert, they got to understand it's not black people who are stopping you from getting white women, man. You clearly, that's your preference. Show me where a black person is trying to stop that. Yet he keeps trying to shove it down your throat, man. He keeps trying to force it into your life. He just keeps trying to do it. And he caused quite a stir, man. I don't know if you had good intentions, but you probably could have posted something a little bit better. A lot of racism on both sides. We're not even reading the other ones on there. says you need your ass beat for that. Yeah, he does do that, man. His relationship, he has weaponized his relationship, and he goes after people with his white woman. And so, as a black person, if you want to practice, if you are happy being nappy black person, you like everything about being black, and you also like black women, he's weaponized his white woman to bang you upside the head with. And it's disrespectful to assume what the ancestors bled for. Our ancestors fought for black families. Our ancestors fought for black families. So many people saying that our ancestors didn't necessarily fight for what we have with this Robert Griffin III, this creation, or the choices that he's made. The choices that he's made. But they did fight for black families. And when they were free, and they were very, there was no interracial, they were not allowed to engage in stuff like that. Now, clearly that's what he wants. And we had the Candace Owens, she attacked Juneteenth, and she's in an interracial marriage. So, do people in interracial marriages do they feel do they dislike a Juneteenth holiday? So, if you're in an interracial marriage, Juneteenth is offensive to you. And why do you feel as a black person you have to compromise everything? So you're in an interracial marriage and you have to walk on eggshells, and you got to make sure your partner feels comfortable, and you don't want them to feel uncomfortable because of a Juneteenth, and you got a bunch of Negroes out celebrating and talking about slavery that makes your marriage, that causes discomfort in your marriage. Robert Griffin is, he presents um Robert Griffin presents a picture of America today. And the strange thing about Robert Griffin III is let me see. I can tell you right now, what percentage, let's go find out what percentage of black men married to white women. Let's take a look at that. 8%. 8% of black men are married to white women. Yet Robert, on a day like this, a day of celebration, a day of respect, and a day of celebration, he posts his photo and he suggests the ancestors bled for this. And if that's not much to bleed for, if that's all you want, now that's a big deal to Robert Griffin III. But if that's all you want, as a man, a white woman, that's it. You don't want anything else. You don't think about living your life, or life live a whole entire gamut. If is that it? And some people are like that, and I think Robert may be like that. And I'm happy that he's happy, man. But anything that black people have, other people are going to come in and reshape it. And now we see Robert Griffin making this about an interracial marriage. He's making Juneteenth about 8% of the population of black men who marry white women. That's nuts. So when you think about it, like the stream, man, reach down there and hit the like. We're talking about Robert Griffin III. He posted a photo, caused a lot of discomfort on the internet. A lot of people looking at Juneteenth as a day for black people to get together, reminisce, go over good times, a day of fellowship. I saw slave reenactments. There were people dressed up in slave clothing. They were laying on the ground. There was chains. There were other black people dressed up as overseers. There was music. There was song. And some people like that. That they like the environment. They like that. What they say, the fried chicken, the greens, the good music. Those are things that are very important to people. What you saw with, or what you're looking at with Robert Griffin III, is him, weaponizing his white woman and forcing her into your home. And this is my thing. Okay, man, you got a white woman. Why are you trying to force, her into the living rooms of black America when they're trying to celebrate? This is a time of peace and love and happiness. And let me say this: nobody's saying you can't marry a white woman. Nobody said that at all. I'm saying the way he's presenting it. That's what I'm saying. And you can go look at his chat. The post is still up. The way he is presenting it is rubbing people the wrong way. And this is a time when we need to be coming together. Yeah. Some people are saying he's just trying to justify. I don't know what he's trying to do, man, to be honest with you. I don't. I don't know what he's trying to do. It was Juneteenth. It certainly was Juneteenth celebration. Does it mean he can't celebrate? Does the fact that he's in an interracial marriage means this holiday he can't celebrate? Who knows, man? Anita says yes. Juneteenth is a holiday. So hold up, Anita. Help me with this. Help me with this, Anita. So he can't celebrate Juneteenth because he's married to a white woman? Help us understand. I mean, I would agree the wording. Enjoy your slave master's children. We good. Enjoy your white woman. We don't care. If you don't understand, it can't be explained. Yeah, I don't understand though, Anita. He can't he can't enjoy or he cannot, I don't know, this whole Juneteenth thing. He can't enjoy it married to a white woman. The freedoms our ancestors bled for. And he has a mixed family. He's married to a white woman. They got mixed kids. He's been highly critical of black women. Someone pointed out that's the only time he has disagreements in the media is when it's a black woman. And guys on the football team said he referred to his white women as a tall glass of milk. And he used to tell the guys he can't wait till he gets home so he can drink him a tall glass of milk. And they said after about 10, 12 times, guys got tired of hearing that. And there are brothers out there. Now, come on, there are some brothers out there, they get a white woman, they going to show their white woman off. They going to show her off. There's some brothers out there like that. And I didn't know Robert was like that. I'm going to be for real. I'm starting to think he is. I didn't know he was like that. I'm starting to think he is. Can Robert Griffin truly have the Juneteenth experience? Can he truly enjoy it, considering his situation? Love comes in all shapes and sizes. Love is love, and it doesn't see a color. Robert Griffin loves white women, and there's nothing wrong with that. Well, some blacks would disagree with you, man. A lot of blacks don't think that he's symbolic of what the ancestors, what they bled for, what they fought for, what they took those lashes for. They don't have a problem. He certainly has a right to sleep with whomever he wants to. He can sleep with whomever he chooses. But is he symbolic or is he some type of example of Juneteenth? And when you say the hope of the slave, with Maya Angelou, she was in interracial relationships. The hope of the slave. Well, he did cause quite a bit of a disturbance. A lot of people disagreed. A lot of people don't understand. It's Juneteenth. It's a celebration of African American culture, African American, the stories, untold stories, the history, and no disrespect to his wife, but it's really not about her. It's really not about her. Not to, no disrespect to her at all. Nobody disrespects her. But they're saying maybe she needs to sit this one out. Octological says, is it really love if he has to put down black women? I married two white men. I still love black men. My brother is black. My dad is black. My baby daddy is black. Okay. 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 Yeah. I can understand it. Can you celebrate octologic? Can you celebrate Juneteenth? Can you truly celebrate Juneteenth? I mean, you're married to a white man. Look, don't. That's a question. It's not a statement. Do you feel like that? We know Candace Owens, she doesn't like it. And I didn't notice, I see now Robert Griffin III. Do interracial couples have an issue with this holiday? I didn't know that. I didn't know. We're going to drop the join link, man. We'll take your thoughts. Which Octologic would join us and explain to me if she can, a holiday like Juneteenth, can you truly understand it? Can you sit there and absorb the song of the slaves? Can you truly feel them inside you? Do they reach you? When you look at this holiday and you go into a celebration, do you really feel included in that celebration? Do you feel like everybody else? Or do you feel different? Do you feel that you don't have a connection? Like the stream, man. None of us can because it was so long ago. No one is in tune when slavery was disbanded. Some people feel them though. No, some people feel them. There have been people doing reenactments, even doing movies. They've had movies being shot, and some of the actors have had to be taken off set and fanned back. People have fainted. People have felt the song of slaves, the come back to them. They've said that. They said when they was doing a part of the movie under in confined quarters, like being on a slave ship, a couple of actors had nervous, well, they had to be unchanged, unshackled, and taken out. And they said that they could hear the song of slaves, and it had disturbed them, and that there was, well, they couldn't continue. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do a reenactment of that horror. So they felt very much in tune with a historical position. We had Octologic. We shouldn't run off. You know what? And that's what I'm saying, brother. You don't know. You don't know. Octologic, she came in, said she was married to a white man. And I had a question like, do you really understand? Can you connect to a Juneteenth, a celebration of Juneteenth? Can you connect to that, or does that disturb you? Does that bother you? Does that bother you? Yeah, I mean, you do have to wonder, does that bother you? I mean, you don't want to upset your mate. I understand that. And you see all these black people and all of this celebration and our people, our history, our, what we went through, our struggle, our suffering. You can see where if you don't think that way, you're going to have a problem with those celebrations. You are going to have a problem with that. And to celebrate white women, which is fine. You're married to a white woman. I said, why do you have to put down black women? Yeah, you do have to wonder why. Okay, what they got to do with black women? Does it have anything to do with black women? And Robert Griffin says, I choose pride. I choose pride. I choose to be proud for my people. I seize this moment as a moment to be proud. But people are disagreeing that there's any pride in Robert Griffin III. I don't know. He might have it. Well, once again, African American, anything for blacks is reinvented. It's other things are added to it. So now you got a Juneteenth celebration, and then you got LGBT stuff added to that. What did that have to do with Juneteenth? Now you got Robert Griffin III. He's in an interracial relationship, and he's forcing people to deal with that. He's forcing people to deal with it. He's forcing you to deal with it, despite the fact you don't want to deal with it. Like the stream, man. Pull on up, man. Like the stream. Support the platform. Can he truly? Can Robert Griffin? And we had this octologic or whatever. She ran off. Let me ask you this: if you're in an interracial relationship, can you truly understand and enjoy Juneteenth? And I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about can anybody go to us. Anybody can go to a celebration. Anybody can go and enjoy the festivities. Anybody. But I'm saying, can you though, as a person, as a black person, can you truly understand, be in touch with, connect to the struggle, the struggle, a Juneteenth and the history of slavery? Can you really do that? Can you really do it? A lot of people say you can't. A lot of people say you can't. And those are the people upset with Robert Griffin III. They're saying he has no real connection to a celebration like a Juneteenth. They're saying that the freedom was from his white woman. That's what they're saying. Juneteenth. Okay, Juneteenth. Over 50 years, my mom is 75 and 70. Mom and dad, they took us to Juneteenth. That's a good thing. Anybody can go to Juneteenth, but can you still connect to Juneteenth? When you say the pain, all of those things that happened to slavery, can you really connect to it if you're involved in an interracial relationship? That's just that, you wonder about that. Can you truly connect to it? And does it challenge you in the sense that you feel on both sides? You feel your loyalty is challenged in the sense that you support obviously your spouse, you support your spouse, but then again your people, are they pulling you in a different direction? Are they, I'm saying that, a day like a Juneteenth, we see this with Candace Owens. Candace Owens doesn't like it. We saw her come out publicly and talk about how bad it was, and she didn't like it. Um, People believe Clarence Thomas wants to get rid of it. See, and then you peel the onion back, and it's about interracial. Y'all don't think? See, I never think about. I thought they just didn't like it, but it's about that they feel it causes undue stress to their kids and to their marriage. And a proud black family. Ain't nobody trying to connect to the same brothers that want to call you brother are the same ones putting hits out on you. Black folks are just the blind leading the blind. There are some problems in the black community, but there is a connection. There is a connection, and many people have said that while on the set filming like 12 Years a Slave and other slave movies, doing those scenes, they've had to evacuate some of the actors because they felt within them, within their hearts, their spirits, they felt that the slaves spoke to them. The and they had to be taken off set and they had to be revived.
That's why they hired the British people.
Um, okay, well, I mean, I don't know if it was a British actor, but it was two guys. I saw the interview. They were talking about it. They had to.
No, no,
They
no,
had.
no, no.
They,
I was saying that's why they hire the British
mm,
people. That's why they
mm,
hire people who ain't us, so that
mm.
we don't bring that through.
Ain't that something, man?
I mean, it makes sense.
No, yeah. When you think about it, they said we can't have foundational black people. We can't have these descendants of slaves. Why? In the past, man, these people, some kind of way, man. I know it sounds strange. They have a connection to the ancestors, and when they go into these uh, um, roles where they are in these plantation houses or in these slave ships,
Yeah, we can
we
pull
have
it out.
we have to pull them out because
Yeah.
we don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the same thing. The reason why they banned the drums, the same reason is why they actually put forth monies and so I guess low key soft legislation to search for a black messiah and shit, right? So they know
Uh-huh.
they know that we got power. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we won't open up our own stride with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with this dude, he took this picture with Marilyn Monroe on his shirt, and that's the one that he submitted for Juneteenth.
No, he took a picture of his family. That's just a picture of Robert Griffin III.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I get it. I mean, well, the thing is, I suspect that it would be some form of trepidation with any black person that get with a non-black person when things like this come up because it's we say it's history or whatever, but it's an ongoing history. The power dynamics still the same. The worth standards from the elite sector to middle and lower class still the same. Um, it ain't really much change. So I don't. As far as with Juneteenth, I mean he from what? He from DC, right?
I think
So
so. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So I mean that ain't nothing that they even really get down with in DC. Maybe now, since they did all of this grifting that they did with black people with this shit. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just
you think that a person like Robert Griffin III, there was a black woman, octological lot something. She was up and she said she was married, currently married to a white man. Do you think individuals in these interracial relationships can connect to a celebration like a Juneteenth? I didn't say they couldn't come. They certainly can come, but they can't connect like blacks who are not in that position.
well, I mean, the thing is, human everybody should be able to connect because it's what I'm saying, it's pretty jacked up across the board. What I'm saying, it's humans and shit. You feel me? Um, but the thing is, it's unfinished business with us. It'd be different if we could just go about it as if it was a healthy, closed chapter of history, but it's not. It's still an open wound. You know what I'm saying? And, you got to act like you don't see nothing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I tried dating, tried dating white chicks, tried dating Asian chicks, tried dating Latina shit, all in my, 20s, whatever. And, the only issue is that you spend so much time explaining your reality to them because the way that their stance is usually something that is objectively what's the word, neutralizing. They're not negating, but their stance is usually defaultly neutralizing. So it's like, damn, all y'all view black as some type of lower, uh, I don't know, lower level occupation or some shit like that. I don't know. It's like the product form as opposed to people form. They view us as the system
But you,
socially conditioned them to view us, even when they're with us.
I got you. So from just by what you just said, a person could look at a Juneteenth as it's just going to cause more confusion because they're in a interracial relationship, and maybe they've had conversations about race. Why do blacks and race and we're so tied? And yeah, you can see well they don't like it because they be like, okay, damn, we got to go through this, and
Yeah.
my spouse, my spouse is, and so yeah, and that's what I mean. You do have to wonder, can someone really connect to a Juneteenth when they're trying to disconnect from something like a Juneteenth?
How do you think? But thing is, how do you think black people are supposed to connect to Juneteenth? Because I didn't know about it till we moved here. I'm in Texas, so we moved here from California in 1993, and I'm from Oklahoma, and we had never heard nothing about it there. In Oklahoma, closer to Texas than California is. You feel me? And never heard about it in Oklahoma. So when we moved here, and you know, they're celebrating, and they're telling you what it is. The very first thing that I noted when we got off the plane and just interacting with different people, I'm noticing how out of pocket these pilgrims are. I had never encountered a Texas Peckerwood, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to Oklahoma and California, if you will. They were so out of pocket here, and then you hear that history, and it's like, oh, okay, I get it, because they still got that same type of social sentiment unto black people as a culture and as a community. They don't own them, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, I can see how they wouldn't want to let y'all go. And the black people here are celebrating, yeah, we were actually freed. It's like, nah, it should be a day of remembrance that they wasn't gonna let you go. That you were let freed. You weren't freed. They said, okay, we'll let you be free. And then kept the same mentality.
Well, let me say this though, because I think I saw the Charleston White, and I've seen people I think that it's extremely unfair and really disrespectful to criticize the slaves who found out years later they could not read or write. How would they know unless someone told them?
Well, you wait a minute. You think that that was ubiquitous situation with black Texas, black Texans that they weren't that they were largely illiterate? I don't believe that.
No, no. During that time, right after what? Right after the Civil War, right after what the Emancipation Proclamation, right after that, 2 years later, they found out. What I'm saying, and it was a whole type. The slavery, a lot of slaves got killed behind that. They weren't trying to help the plantation owners. They didn't want to give up their slaves. So to think that they would just be out there telling them, oh, and they couldn't read or write. So yeah, it could have been like on some type of newspaper or something. Maybe it took a week, but I do believe that the people who owned or had ownership of those slaves didn't tell them.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah, but they didn't tell them. But it don't matter if they told them or not. All they had to do was read the people. The thing is, these Texans here are more Texans than they are so-called we Americans, because that's the way that they carry it. They got that white shit, they got that rich American shit, they got that Southern shit, and then they got Texas. There's so many social dynamics to these people, right? So, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is the black people here that act like that simply because they might be kind of social about it and not outright in your face hard R. You know what I'm saying? Here they're fake. Here they're fake. Here they're passive aggressive. Here, you know what I mean? It's very subtle, but it's thick.
We're talking about now. I'm saying back
Now I'm
then.
talking. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying so. No, I'm saying, look, it doesn't matter. It was Charles. It was a couple other people. I'm just saying I've never heard someone say the whole Juneteenth. All that means, you guys took 2 years. That you guys are so bad and you so slow. And it's like, man, wait a minute, they couldn't read or write. And if I own slaves, and I don't, they only gonna know what I tell them. They're my slaves. So how would they know? That's what I'm saying. So it's like I think they don't want. I think that they're deliberately saying that just to attack the holiday.
They are.
Yeah, because that don't make sense. But Octologic says yes, you can. She's saying she connects to a Juneteenth. I know who my ancestors were. My husband knows who my ancestors were because I taught them. I have no shame of in who I am. I taught my daughter and my cousin who didn't know. I got you.
That's what it's all about, Platt. That's what it's about. Why we gotta dismiss our history? Every other culture talks about theirs and educate their children. It's only us where it's like, don't talk about it. No, they don't mean nothing. No, it means a lot.
Well, no. But wait a minute. Do you think that those black people believe that they have to protect their non-black spouses
Yes,
and familial connections
absolutely.
due
No.
to knowing just how visceral it actually was and how unfinished those chapters of history actually are?
I
Educate
think
them, bro. That's what you asking us.
Not educate them. Fuck educating. They already know. They're in the same fucking reality
A
as
lot
all
of
of
people
us.
don't know.
hold
You'd be
up, man.
surprised.
Hold up. Yeah, hold up.
Go ahead,
I
bro.
absolutely believe Robert Griffin III, and we got Octologic. She's married to a white man. I absolutely believe that a holiday like Juneteenth causes them to be on eggshells in the sense they don't want their spouses to feel slighted or left out or um you know guilty or something like that, so they go out of their way to try to well, look, not Octologic. She's already said she clears that up and everything's in order.
But no. But wait a minute. Is there a healthy guilt that white people are supposed to feel during these
I don't think
times of the
so.
year?
I don't think so.
Cause okay, so wait a minute. Cause if we can live through ours and we accept ours, we ain't the only motherfuckers that was in
We
the
not.
equation. So why the fuck is it always us? Whenever these aspects of history come up,
Yeah.
they get to be some motherfucking objective.
We got
You
to
know what I'm
watch
saying? Tag along. And, and
I
we
agree
are
with
the
you, man.
ones. You know what I'm saying? We are the ones that got to bear the whole brunt of
Yep.
embodying all of it. Ain't
And
that a
now,
bitch?
I agree with you,
hold on.
bro.
And now you can't even celebrate. What I'm saying, you look at a Robert Griffin III, and he knows what he's doing. Basically, you really can't celebrate Juneteenth
You
because
can't celebrate none. They tell you shut up during Black History Month.
Exactly.
yeah, can't. Yep, don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You gotta still. You can't celebrate anything of Black pride and not this octologic. Now she's clearly had these conversations. That's good for her. But when you look at a Candace Owens and that's what I'm saying, it wasn't even about the holiday. It was about the guilt her husband was feeling
Okay.
and blacks having the nerve to bring up slavery and well, I'm so sick of these Negroes. And she's like, okay, I'm trying to have a house. I'm trying to have a family. Okay, we don't get into all the race and slavery. Well, I wish these Negroes, and that's basically what she
Okay,
and
but the thing is that bitch is in motherfucking America.
Yeah,
She ain't even with Candace. Oh, with Candace, it'd be different if she was somewhere else. That bitch is in America. Why this shit is happening?
Rogish, you gotta watch your language.
Yeah, you gotta watch
No
your language, man. You
profanity,
cooking.
brother. That's without the profanity.
All right, my apologies. If
cooking.
that trick is in America, okay, and she ain't, you know what I mean? And if she going to participate as saying that she is some voice or some symbol of being connected to the community, then she needs to, you know what I'm saying, come to terms with that. You don't get to, nobody get to do that. Again, it'd be different if it was a healthy closing of a historical chapter. It wasn't. There's no healthy closure attached to it. And whenever we even bring it up, everybody starts getting the willies. So, and then everybody start being fake with it.
That's a fact.
Wow.
That's
What
a
the
fact.
hell?
Hey, Platt, you want to know what else it is? They do so much buck dancing on the other side that's why they got their significant other feeling a little antsy at times like this, which they shouldn't. Like, Juneteenth ain't got nothing to do with none of y'all. Why y'all making it just about y'all? Or you making it to a situation like my man just said, like, everybody else gotta tuck in what we celebrate. We always gotta tuck our situations in. Like, no. We can celebrate anything. Us as black people in America, we built this shit. Like, I don't want to hear it from nobody.
You can't even celebrate that though, and that's the ill part. Is because initially we diametrically opposed. You know what I'm saying? They didn't never intended to free us. That's that's what y'all should really understand when it comes to Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Texas sentiment was pretty much the bulk of a murder clan sentiment. All right. They never intended to free us. They never intended to stop operating that system in that way that they were. So it doesn't make any sense for us to try to see if we can quell some of our energy so that anybody else feels as if they're not to blame when they know that they blood's to blame, when they know that they culture's to blame, when they know that they're get down of continuing the same old anti-black shit that it's been. And it's just a different style of it. You know what I'm saying? We say not all of them, and I've been hearing not all of them since I was 7. 14 years later, you still hear that shit reflexively fucking stated. Excuse me, reflexively bloody stated.
Look, they're saying we victims, Platt. Look at them.
No, but there is, and I can see that anybody who maybe dated another race may find that you get along very fine with them. But when you watch certain movies or you go places, all of a sudden you notice that you're being drugged into having discussions that you just don't want to have because
that's their guilt.
You don't know. Exactly. I'm saying you don't want to have these discussions because if you have these discussions, they may not be able to take them. So
they can't never take it. They can't ever take it. The only reason that they bring it up is because they feel their guilt and they're going to do that passive aggressive shit that they do to try to get it off and use you as a fucking vehicle or a motherfucker, or excuse me, as a Judas goat.
Yeah. All right. I follow you on that, man. And so that's pretty and Robert's not going to come out and say it, but that's probably what's motivating him to post this photo. because his spouse probably challenged him to do it and say, "Hey, am I still including this? You know, this Juneteenth and black this and black this and I feel like I'm not included in this." And he's yes, you are, yes, you are, and
If
he
he don't want to
posted.
be, he don't have to. Right? If he don't want to, he don't have to. If he want to be a cornball and be out and feel like he feeling offended because everybody's celebrating it, he don't have to. That's the beautiful thing about America. You don't have to celebrate. You ain't even got to acknowledge it, good brother. Take your stupid ass to work then on Juneteenth if you feel like you don't want to celebrate it. That's all.
Well,
What's
no,
so hard about that?
well,
It's
no.
not the end of the world.
The
Go ahead,
thing
bro.
is, he's from here, and it's probably kind of difficult for black people here to stand on it because they normally don't. Black
Yeah,
people in Texas are beholden to being a black Texan, not just primarily a black person. Because I'm telling you, they let pilgrims make it here. These Mexicans here, this is one of the areas where they think they got full access
It's a
to the
melting
N
pot.
word, just like in California. So there's something that's very laxed about being black here in
and,
Texas.
and do you know? Hold up, do you notice both of you guys? Do you notice like a celebration like Juneteenth? Right, I'm not even talking about. Obviously, it's a celebration, but do you notice that blacks, um, what do you say? You get cringe when you see the celebration and you're in mixed spaces. Do you feel like embarrassed in a certain kind of way when you see black people celebrating and
With white
showing
people.
pride? Yeah, and you happen to be in a mixed space. Do you
No,
feel?
I was celebrating it yesterday with my girl and my daughter, around a bunch of white people that was also celebrating Juneteenth. It was beautiful. Mixed
Mm-hmm.
couples, everybody. Nobody was
Mm.
up there feeling the shame or nothing. And it was actually a lady outside that was even reciting the history. It was beautiful. Like I don't even see where people can even feel like that unless you just, you know, you was for slavery. Like you want us to be back in that cage. That's how most of these people feel. Like we need to be back in that cage. We need to be back on
Wh-
that plantation, or we need to be underneath massa. Like and most Negroes today, with that man mentality, if he feels that way, rather that way with black people. Like they just feel like we should acquiesce to them, to the other side. But go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
but appreciation of black pride is not because it's automatically considered this way, and that's why a lot of blacks run from it. Just because you are appreciating the pride in black people and black accomplishments, that doesn't automatically mean you have some type of problem with whites or things they've done. But they have convinced people that. That's why there's such a resistance to this holiday. That some kind of way it's bad.
Well, it's a reminder. The thing is, one thing that uh, anybody that's against black people that ever hated was a mirror that we could be unto them and their participation in the whole social situation. We're a mirror. Our culture is a mirror. Our history is a mirror. Our presence is a mirror. Again, why they don't select us to play our historical hero? Just wait to see who they select to play Jack Johnson. Just wait. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Well, that's a thing though, man. That's the thing. If you're in a interracial relationship, um, and you feel maybe you're wrong. You feel that a holiday like Juneteenth um, would just cause more confusion and make your mate uncomfortable. I can see why you wouldn't like it.
Well,
Now
it
you're
wasn't
not gonna
always a
hold on.
holiday.
You're not going to say it, but you're going to show it in your behavior. And basically, it makes your spouse, it makes your situation uncomfortable, and you don't like feeling uncomfortable. So and we don't need this holiday. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Right.
you
You're
can
saying
do what-
figuratively someone who has that stance, that's one they would take. But the issue is, remember, this wasn't an American holiday. This wasn't a federal holiday. This was a remembrance that black people from this coast, from the third coast, created on their own. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
It was politically using as a token to relieve some of that pressure during the George Floyd thing. You feel me? You know, they feel they had to do something, and they're like, all right, we're going to give you, we're going to make something that you've already somewhat been participating in. We're going to make it an acknowledgement that we are acknowledging it. And that's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of steam release or something like that. All it was a political ploy. You know what I'm saying? It's so black people, really, it ain't nothing to celebrate. This ain't no day to celebrate at all. It's a day of remembering that they wasn't going to free you at all. They weren't going to free you here. And to see how the black people in Texas get down with, they love of these pilgrims, or they love of this old hoe ass, hey nigga system. You feel me? It's odd because clearly they're against you. They live out of pocket. These pilgrims are the richest of the rich when it comes to out of pocket peckerwoods. And I'm telling you.
Rogish. Look, man, we can't that language.
What?
You know, can we just have a discussion?
What I say?
No insults.
What's that? What insult? What I say?
Brother, come on, bro. Come on.
What is that?
That's not even necessary, man. Look, at the end of the day, it's pretty obvious that he can't really connect to a holiday like a Juneteenth. He can't. And for a lot of people, they you know, you give up something. You know, you have to give up something.
They got to give up something, Platt? You said?
No. Well, I'm saying that Robert Griffin, you give up something. He has given up a connection to a holiday like a Juneteenth.
You don't have to.
Well, no, he has. He's giving it up.
You don't feel the same way during the 4th of July though?
Some people do. Some people feel they're not included in that. They feel that's not their holiday.
I'm asking you. Do you feel included in the celebration for the 4th of July?
Right. You talking about like that's coming up? Yeah.
Every year.
For me, yeah, I do.
Why? Why?
Yeah, why do you play?
Why?
I'm a veteran.
Okay. The largest homeless population. Go ahead.
I understand the country, and I understand where we fit. I understand injustice and all of that.
Okay.
But I still feel.
But you don't feel historically connected to that. You just feel that, all right, you know, as far as what is purported of being.
No, you're right. No, you're right. No, I don't. You know, when you say 1776 and all of that stuff, you're right. Yeah. No, I don't really feel. I mean, obviously, I'm an American, but if you want to say, yeah, I feel like a connection.
Because that's a celebration. That's we're talking celebration. So that's not a period. That's not a time period.
But I have no problem.
I mean, you can celebrate if you want.
I have no problem with celebrating. I have no problem in the sense that I'm happy. Now, do I overdo it? I mean, I don't know. No, that's subjective. I'm happy about it, and I'm looking forward to it. But I understand the people who say that's not for us. I understand that 100%.
Uh-huh. And you don't have no trepidation with that it comes back every year, and then shit happen how it happens, and pretty much pretty much the same. Is how they say the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's just a different style of it, but you see a persistence when it comes to the power classification levels.
The danger of just totally disconnecting yourself from your country, like a 4th of July celebration. You don't say the pledge. Is that you can mess up and cheat yourself out of your benefits and rights that the ancestors did die for. You could cheat yourself out of that. So you don't want to be too disconnected. I get it. We need to do better. I 100% get it. And I also say, what are you
I mean,
all that
disconnected from what though? What you mean disconnected? Disconnected from what?
from just enjoying your time here in America? You're an American.
Okay.
Enjoy yourself.
Okay. Enjoy
You
this.
have okay. Look at the Carmelo Anthony thing. Well, they gave him an all-white jury, okay, and they also
They
gave
weren't all white. They weren't all white. They
Okay.
just were. None of them were black.
okay. They gave him that jury, and then he got his appellate rights,
Okay.
and he got a trial. Now, wait a minute. You say so much more. Okay, we got to do better. We got to do better. But he did get those things. There was a time when blacks wouldn't get no trial.
Okay. Okay. Well,
No,
say,
that
wait,
is
wait,
nothing
wait, wait, wait. The fact that you set up the premise that it was a setup against him, and then you say we
Well, I
got to
don't
do
know if it
better,
was a setup. I
as
didn't
if
say
there is
that.
an avenue
I didn't say-
presented for
I didn't
us to
say it
have
was
an
a setup.
ease of navigating that.
Okay, I'm gonna say this again. Now he had a trial. We can disagree. I see the video. You can say this guy got railroaded. That means you have to appeal it. That means you have to go through the paperwork. So that's what I mean. I'm not saying,
Okay.
You can't. What can you do? What can I do to make a state do right by me? All you can do is
You
appeal
can't.
it. That's
You
my
can't.
point.
You can in Texas. That's not how Texas works. Texas is raw.
Yeah.
I told y'all these pilgrims are the rig, and y'all keep talking about all that law stuff as if the law isn't fluctuative when they want it to be, as if it don't do the white thing instead of the right thing when they want it to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all act like I mean, I don't know. So it's almost like you believe in the American dream that you were told to believe in. The one that was the one that was purported to you when you was what? 3, 4, 5.
No,
You
no,
still
no,
believe in
I
the
do.
one.
Well,
You still believe in the one that you cross your heart, your hand over your heart for.
Mhm.
My country 'tis of thee, homie. You still
I
believe in
do.
that one?
I do. Yeah.
That's sick. That's sick.
no,
And I know
it's
you
not.
older than us. And I know you older. So let me ask you something. You what? You
I
you
do.
you an older generation
Hold
X, right?
brother. Hold up, brother. I do believe in America. I do
Huh.
say the pledge. I love the flag. I love my country. I do.
Mm.
I acknowledge it's clearly a lot wrong with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll participate in getting the legislation to try to make change. But I'm not going to turn. I'm not going to say, "Hey, this and that is bad," and then in the process, I don't get to even have an opportunity to live the American dream. And I've seen people who become so upset about America or upset about opportunity in America that they don't even take opportunity. They think that there's no future. There's there's nothing to change.
We're not
nothing
talking
to-
about those who are non-dynamic. We're talking about those who are dynamic and running the fucking gamut, running the gamut in the way that they're told to run, in the same way that everybody else running, and still running into unnecessary barriers. We're not talking about slackers. We're not talking about, you know what I mean? We're not talking about
Yeah,
those
well,
who
can we
aren't
take-
proactive
And I know
or
this,
professional.
this is one person. There's plenty of other people. Let's take a look at Sha'Carri Richardson, right? You know
Okay.
Sha'Carri Richardson, right?
Yeah,
Right?
she's from Dallas, right?
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know Simone Biles, right? You're familiar
Yeah.
with her, right? Look
Yeah.
at the two people, two black women, right?
Celebrities, okay.
One of them, Olympic gold. They went out and they compete to bring. They represent Team USA. So
Yeah, that's
and
funny.
they brought home gold medals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, you look at Simone. She's a black person in America. They literally, America loves her. She can go anywhere. America
Okay.
absolutely loves her, right?
Okay. A
You look
celebrity. Somebody that performs for them. That's
My
not a good look.
point, though, look at this. Both of them on Team USA. One of them, Sha'Carri, keeps running afoul of the law. When she got
Okay.
arrested for beating up her boyfriend, when she got arrested for speeding, going about almost 100 miles over the limit.
Okay, yeah,
Those
no
are
Hollywood
things, wait a
shit.
minute, but those are things that, hey, you can say she's an American, she's a gold medal winner, but if there's some problems, she sort of calls them. When she smoked the stuff and she tested positive, they didn't let her go to the Olympics. Some of that is her. That's what I'm saying. So we have to be careful of that.
So what is she to represent though? What is she supposed to be a representative of as an American in the Olympics? What is her specifics of why you brought her up?
She's an American, and
Because she black?
she's a well, yeah, she's a black woman.
Is that why you brought her up? Because through her skin pigmentation, she's a representative of the community, of all the community.
No, she's a black woman, Team USA, and she's had some issues as far as legal issues. But then you could turn around and look at a Simone Biles, and we both live in the same country, and she's had no legal issues.
Okay, they got different characters.
Well, what I'm saying, so you don't give up on the holes. You don't say, well, the system's just bad for everybody. It's not. Okay, some people.
So celebrity. Hey, now I'm gonna let you know that's exactly what pilgrims do. Present a black celebrity as a representative of the average.
Well,
of the group.
You don't know.
Come on,
if I don't give you somebody in the news, you wouldn't know who I was talking about.
Come on, dog. Come on. Hey,
if I don't give you somebody like that, you
can give me populaces. You can give me observation of groups. You can give me an observation of pattern. Not just the celebrity thing is the easiest thing, dog. Everybody knows celebrities.
We may not even agree on the way we look at the world. Because we just look at it differently. But I do acknowledge we have a long way to go. We have to do that.
But
now on this Robert Griffin III thing, right?
Yeah.
On him, I said he has a disconnection from a Juneteenth and really from black people. Now there ain't nothing illegal with that, but it's clear that he does.
Why hold on? Why does he have a disconnection from black people? How?
And the problem in that a celebration or a holiday or a moment that recognizes black achievement causes him discomfort to the point where he's doing this, trying to make sure his white woman stays, like
Juneteenth isn't about achievement, brother. Juneteenth is not about achievement. It's about liberation.
It's about being free.
It's about liberation.
It's about being free, but I'm saying he's trying to recreate what the holiday means, and I get that. It doesn't mean it's not for racism; it's for equality. But he's trying to reinvent it into it's recognizing my white woman. And that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people are like, man, we know you married to a white woman. You throw her on your page every 5 minutes.
Okay, well, you got some cats like that, dog. Where all they wanted was a white bitch. What are you talking about?
Ain't lying.
You got a lot of cats like that. He one of them cats. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something wrong with them dudes, and you know what I'm saying. But they do have a group. You know what I'm saying? How they rock like that. So. Hey, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
You said that there's something wrong with black guys that date white women?
No, it's something wrong with cats that put them up as a trophy over all other women.
Hey, goofy around them.
Yeah.
For me, I'm with the woman that I'm with because of who she is. Like honestly, if my woman was black and she was who she was, I'd still love her.
Yeah,
that's what's up, bro. No, that's cool.
I don't care about the color. It's who's gonna actually treat you right. And
what did you do for a Juneteenth, Trillion? What'd you do? Did you celebrate it with her, or you just did what you normally do? Huh?
I didn't even know it was Juneteenth.
Okay, all right, I got it. Now go ahead.
I don't put black over everything. I put America over everything.
Well, look,
but you're a black man, though, bro, right? You're a black man.
Yeah, I'm black, bro.
So, what you don't identify as a black man? Like, I'm trying to understand.
As a black man, I'm fully black.
He just identified as. He just said he's a black man.
No, but I'm saying maybe I'm saying it wrong, but like before anything, you will say I'm a black man, not just I'm American.
No, I say I'm American over being a black person. I'm American first.
Now, how are you American over black when the United States system, as it operates right now, doesn't operate like that? You project that, and then you believe that is going to be accepted or absorbed by the system on a You know what I'm saying? When you wish upon a star type shit. It was
I don't know how Americans treated you guys, but I got a pretty good career. I never been in jail. I never been targeted by cops. This country treats me great.
that's not the
That's not
that's not the metric.
Hold on. Well, hold on. Do you owe Trillion? Do you feel like you
Holy
owe
shit.
black people anything?
Hell no.
Do I feel like I owe black people anything?
Mm-hmm.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, I feel like what I owe to my black people is to help us move forward, do better than what we're doing right now, point out the bad things about us for improvement. Like right now, I don't know if you guys hear the latest rap music, but it's all just demonic. I'm a gangster. I'm selling drugs.
Look, you done brought up the fourth cliche thing. You done brought up like the fourth or sixth cliche thing pertaining to blackness and you being black. I ain't never been to jail. I got 5 degrees. All this other shit, right? Come on, cuz. We stop it. It's almost like you reading a
music,
list.
like it is too cliche, good brother.
Well,
like,
you can laugh at him. I mean,
no, but he's in a bubble. I understand.
It's like you reading a
well,
list
hold
or
on.
something.
I think that
What's the next bullet point?
he loves America, brother. I don't have a problem with that, bro. And also, hold up. Now let me ask you a tough question, and you know, I know the answer to this. Would you be willing to date only black women, as to say, hey, we need to get this black race together, and okay, I think I'm gonna only date black women.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, there you go.
Definitely not. One thing that is really jacked up about our community right now is the lack of fathers. Women.
Dude, you don't sound like you're in our community, and you say definitely not. So, yo, wait a minute. What's your connection to the black community?
He's saying all the stereotypes.
Who the fuck black on your side of your family that you reject, motherfucker? Hold up. I got
Rogish. Look, bro.
Around with the skin.
Hold on. You cannot do all that profanity up here, brother. I don't know why you're doing that. Rogish. He keeps using. Don't drop the F-bombs and all of that stuff, man.
My apologies.
Clean it up, brother. Why you making good sense, and why do you keep doing that?
My apologies. I'm speaking. This ain't a selection. This me being me. So my
to
apologies.
the guy, what's his name? Trillionaire.
Tillion.
Oh, okay, bro. Like, I'm all for what you're talking about, good brother, and I'm happy that you living your life at the fullest capacity as a black man. I'm proud of you, and I'm happy for you, bro. You sound like a good dude, but you know that there's a other side, and I know that on the internet, what you're saying, the typical stereotype, the fathers and rap music. I understand, bro. Like, I'm one of the guys that say that even in my personal life. And I'm like, bro, it's way more than black people than just that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hood.
Well, so, like I said, I've traveled the world as well too. I don't know if you guys.
You sound like it. You sound like you're well traveled and that you're well versed in going amongst the people of the world, the non-black people of the world.
He cool.
He sounds all right. He sounds okay.
He cool.
Get out of here. I'll never be with a black woman. Never.
No, hold up, Rogish. Should he be?
Hey,
what's that again?
Should he be with a black woman?
No, this cat, I think he good where he at, homie. You know what I'm saying? I think he good where he at.
Well, we know black men in general are. I just look. It's only 8% of black men married to white women, so the numbers are really, really low anyhow. So
I think that's a high number, man. Considering that black men in America is only about maybe 6% or 5.4% of all of America.
No, 8% of black men.
Yeah.
Not 8% of America.
Oh, you talking about around the world?
No, in America, only 8% of the percentage of black men. Of the percentage of black men who are married in America, 8% of those are married to white women.
I still think that's a high number, but I ain't that cool.
Well, they're more married to black women than anything.
Of course.
No, we actually married more to our women.
Yeah, you want your compliment. You want to be with a woman that can pick up what you put down instantly.
This guy right here, or anybody, you know, and he doesn't come across to me like a Robert Griffin III, who has some type of issues with.
You saying I'm
It's
talking
like
points,
it's
Black.
like he's mad at the black community. He picked his wife. Why are you mad at the black community? Well, nobody's like it's like he's trying to prove something with her.
But people been going at him over her for the longest though. So you know, what I'm saying? You know, what I'm saying, he probably said, "Screw it, what y'all want." You know, what I'm saying, I'm choosing my side. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, Robert Griffin the third. Go ahead, buddy. You got it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Trillion.
Go, Robbie.
The thing if I could finish the thing I was saying about our race and our women, there is a huge amount of our women who grow up without fathers, and kids who grow up without fathers and stuff like that. They don't know how a marriage or a family work. So a girl who comes from a broken household doesn't know how to respect men at all. Their mother is telling them, "Hey, a man is a bank account." Even in Vegas, like some of the mothers even tell their daughters to start prostituting like as soon as they're at like a certain age.
Black women?
what?
Yeah.
Well, what all these black
I don't
maggots
know
come
about
from,
all
man,
that,
for
Trillion.
real.
On that one, I don't know about that.
Boy, y'all a trip, cuz, for real. Y'all are a trip in the future.
Trillion, where you getting that from?
Y'all are a trip.
Where somebody tell you that?
You said in Vegas.
Somebody Google the number right now of how many of our households a single mother. I believe it's like
No. You said
you don't want to
They talk about that.
You said the Vegas stuff. How
Yeah.
would you know about
Substantiate
that?
your claim. How about that? Hurry up.
You can't marry a woman who thinks that sex work is a way of income and
No, but tell you, how you know this, bro?
That would be any of them, though, wouldn't it? That would be even the woman. The woman you're dating, she doesn't come from that.
What I'm saying, it's not gonna make sense to you.
He
You
sounds
gotta
like
let me
a fresh and
finish what I'm
fittest.
saying.
No, you
Yeah,
sound like
let
a
him
fresh.
go,
You sound
man.
like a
Go
fresh
ahead.
and fittest now. Are you a fresh and fitter?
Go ahead, Trillion. Go ahead.
There is a high amount of single motherhood in the black community.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
And these kids are growing up without seeing how a marriage works. So when a dude actually gets some money, he's gonna want a woman who knows how a family system operates and works, instead of just somebody who just raised from a single mother.
Okay.
You want a woman who is family oriented. And honestly, in our community, there's not that many women like that. They are out there.
What is your connection to our community? Hold on, I got to ask you what your connection is, because I say this all the time. Two things: we never establish culturally what it means to be black and what it means to belong to being black, right? So the thing is, what is your connection to the black community exactly?
My skin.
Now you got to be connected deeper than that, because this goes deeper than skin color.
Well,
That's the
first of all,
pilgrim's perspective of that.
Now, you talking about your opinion, or you talking about the way it's defined by the United States?
The way it's defined by the black culture, by the black people who live the black reality.
No, Rogish.
United States.
That means anybody can make some stuff up. It's defined by the United States. What I believe the census or something. The people who define racial categories, right? That's American. That they've already got a definition.
But black is more than a race. We're not just a race.
But it's
We're also
not
a culture.
looked upon like.
Okay, and that's the issue. Why is it not
Well, how
looked
you gonna
upon
change it,
if
though?
that's what we are?
How are we going to change it?
What you mean? How you going to change it? You stop operating in the capacity that they want you to operate in within your blackness. Most of y'all blackness is just merely non-white. You ain't black. You're non-white black. And there's a difference.
Should they be black?
You got you Skippy. You damn Skippy. They should be black.
Okay.
What the hell?
So what you gonna do? You gonna shoot me now?
Ain't got. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, here you
No,
go.
you
You sound like trepidation over here. Whatever this cat name is under here.
You are talking like that, brother.
Get out of here, bro, man.
I don't think-
So hold up. You want to bring up Juneteenth, but you don't understand Black Passion?
I think you. Unfortunately for a lot of people, I get the whole YouTube thing. Unfortunately for a lot of people, until they can get the United States to make these changes,
they don't matter no more.
You are going to be considered black.
They don't matter.
If you got one drop of black blood in you, they're gonna list you. But
they don't define. Do they define us? So if they define us, then they own us still, homie. You know that, right?
They do define us.
Then they own us. Then they still
change.
own us, and the chains ain't even present, but yet still slaves. Ain't that something? On Juneteenth, we just found this out. Ain't that something?
You're talking. I'm saying you're talking about something that's just that. If what you say, if you get to define what's black,
if a people get to define themselves, yes, with the agency that the God that they say they believe in gave them. Yep.
you said they need to be blacks. Okay, which is fine. That's certainly your definition or your interpretation of what a black person.
No. The people, the culture, the people,
Okay,
the culture, the people.
you saying what they should be. How come Trillion can't say what black people should be? He's black.
No, because all he is a skin color to him. He ain't connected to the culture. He said my skin color.
So-
he didn't say
so that
nothing about a
eliminates
lineage.
his
He didn't say
that
nothing about no
eliminates
name.
his-
My skin color makes me also black with
Okay,
you.
but-
Well, I can bring up all these
But that
cliche
is
bullet
what
pointed
the-
points
but
of the negatives that you are, and
who
why your
define-
women ain't nothing, and why your community is trash.
Well, look, who defines
How
what-
convenient.
who
How
defines-
convenient.
Who defines what a black person is? Who defines that right now? Who?
Black
Who does?
people. That's the whole thing. That's why I said
When
a
did they
cultural
do that?
definition.
When did black
We
people
live
do
in it,
that?
homie. We live in it. The reason why it's a difficulty for us to put it together is because the moment that we make any breakthrough and we start establishing any roots, everybody want a piece of us. Or they try to see what they could. They try to see how they can reverse engineer what we doing and try to get the profit off of
You
it
ain't lying.
and get out of here, cuz I know us.
I think you're a victim, bro.
I think you're a victim, bro. I think you're a victim. I think you're an incel, homie.
Let them talk,
Mark
man.
Adams.
Go ahead. You know what, bro? And that's precisely why we can't get anywhere. 'Cause
And Rogue is,
we
you gotta
can't
chill,
have a
Rogue.
conversation without insults
You doing
and
good,
shit like
bro.
that. We can't talk, man. Anybody, he could call you names, brother. Just let the man talk. Go ahead.
Call me a victim. Ain't nobody gonna call me no vic, cuz.
Hey, Rogue, you was cooking what you got. Don't
Go
call me
ahead.
that,
Go
bro.
ahead,
Thank
Trillion.
you.
Go ahead, Trillion.
Do you guys think that the black culture needs to improve, or you think it's good at where it's at right now?
Oh, we don't know. What do you think? Tell us what you think.
All right, bro. So you're just going low. You want to insult instead of having an intellectual.
No, you're good.
Because
Yeah, you
you're
got
just
to.
insult because
You know what? Bye,
you're not
roguish.
smart enough to come up with
No,
words.
we're wide open, but if you want to participate, you can. But all of these insults, we're grown men, bro. What's all the insults?
We're supposed to be talking about
Hold
Juneteenth.
up, roguish. Hold on,
We're supposed to be talking about Juneteenth.
Roguish.
You think that America is doing something bad to you, but at the end of the day, you're the one holding yourself back with your
Stop it.
culture, the way you go about
Stop it.
yourself.
Stop it.
Okay,
Everybody can point out the negatives of black culture.
Hold up, Trillion. Hold up. Roguish, I think you sound just fine. I think he sounds just fine. Why mock each other? And he's coming at you to me with
Because he's only connected through skin color.
Coming with a real conservative, that's the same stuff, the Fox News stuff, and they say that all the time.
This is deeper than skin color. That's why. This is so much
This
deeper
is
than
a good
skin color.
conversation, fellas. Y'all can both go back and forth intellectually and cook. Like, go ahead, Rogue.
Hey, can you guys answer my question though? Do you guys
Go ahead,
think
bro.
that? Okay. Do you guys think that as a culture we need to improve the black culture, or do you think the black culture right now is fine just the way it is?
We can have better improvement.
Growth is always on the menu. Always.
Yeah.
What we need to do is be left alone to our own devices and being able to build at our own accord. That's what we need. No sabotage. How about that? 1 year of no systematic sabotage from a culture, from a community, from the private sector, from your government sector. None of that. How about that? How about we do that? You know what I mean?
What's stopping you from doing all that?
Hold up. We're supposed to be talking about Juneteenth, but notice now here we go with black culture on the accusation, on the back burner, and nobody want to point out nothing with these pilgrims once again. Not even in Juneteenth, huh?
Go
You
ahead,
think
Trey.
you slick? You up here working like an Asian or whatever you from? You ain't slick, homie.
What can you do in America that what can a white man do in America that you can't? In 2020,
And there we go. Here we go. We went to white man. Yeah.
Brother, you know what?
you're not intellectual enough to have an you gotta throw insults at people. You can't prove your
we
point.
can't get
That's
anywhere.
what it is.
If you want to have a conversation, you're welcome. But we can't have a conversation that's just mocking the way you talk and insults and all of that. Look, at the end of the day, man, it's going to take more than loud conversations. You got to put some work in. Now, clearly, Robert Griffin III, he's using his platform to put his work in. He knows what he wants to do, and he's pushing his agenda or what he believes should be out there. He's doing that.
And the culture is changing, and Trillion, like, as much as people think that we only glorifying that, it's starting to be a turnkey against that, like glorifying the whole criminality and all that, it's starting to change a lot.
I think it's getting worse. The newer young black generation with all the YNs and stuff out here.
But you're looking at the internet
a little bit. The younger generation is going in this heavy, deep head first. This generation is the youngest black gangster unalivers. They're doing it back and forth, like in Chicago, Philly, New York. All they're doing is unaliving each other back and forth, and then they get a record deal. And then the young kids is out there listening to this stuff, and now it's perpetuating more and more. First it was a King Von, then there's a Little Jeff. You know how many unaliver rappers are out there right now? And it's getting worse and worse. We have less and less fathers in the house, creating more and more of a degenerate culture. We don't have family, God, and community no more. That's what's wrong with us. Back in the Jim Crow era, we had that stuff. We were actually doing better in Jim Crow, where we had beliefs and morals and everything.
I haven't heard this before.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Trillion.
In this culture,
Trillion, we were not better under Jim Crow.
yes, we were. We actually had
Basically because we got families. I heard this talking point before, but
it's better.
No, Trillion, we couldn't do it. Trillion,
you got the talking points down pat. I'll tell you that.
Trillion. If you never let your kid outside the house versus a person who let their kid go out and be a boy, well, you could say that you're a better father because you don't let your kid do shit, right?
No.
You're saying under Jim Crow, black people were better. They couldn't do anything but be better under Jim Crow. They didn't have any rights.
Well, all I know is we had more family structure. It was actually the mother and the father in the house. We had houses and we had our own communities. That's what I mean by better. But now it was segregation.
It was segregation.
It was segregation, yeah. Like we ain't had no choice to be together, bro.
Yeah, even though we didn't have a choice, it was still better. Our family system back then and our owning houses and everything back then was way better than it is now.
Was different.
No, they make no money.
A lot of black people
sharecropping. So yeah, I mean, if that was the case, you're saying it, but you're leaving out what it was. It was under Jim Crow, and it was a violation of their rights. So no, we were not better off under Jim Crow.
The numbers show it. Our family system was way better. We had more families back then. Now
are you married? Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Oh, you're married. Okay, Mom.
Oh, you married to your girlfriend? Okay. I mean, well, you said it was your girl, but that's your wife.
Well, you can't make somebody get married. You can't make a man or a woman who want to be single. You can't make them get married. So when you say we had families, well, they have freedom now. They have freedoms not to do it.
And that's what makes us very degenerate. Is that?
Do you know because you mentioned my city, right?
Where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Oh man, the gangs and crimes and stuff out there is insane, bro. Oh my God, I look at.
So who's the predominant people that's out here right now that's doing all the right? You ever heard of Kensington and Allegheny? What's the group of people that's out there?
You said who?
Who's the group of people that's out there right now that's doing the unaliving, doing all the drugs and everything at Kensington and Allegheny?
Well, I don't know that specific area.
Oh, you don't know, huh?
Because I don't know.
Look it up. Go look it up. No. You said you knew everything else, but you don't know about that.
I don't know the names of you guys' cities and stuff like that.
So let me tell you, because you only know about what you think that you hear from a perspective of which I know the talking points, and it's cool, bro. Yeah, we got degenerate, we got stuff going on, and we definitely need to clean up. I understand what you're saying because I also come on here and say that.
And if we do better in that sense, then the world will start treating us different. We got to do better.
The world is going to treat us different? Nah.
So, like I said, bro, I travel the world too. I travel the world. And
so
honestly,
you think that when they look at you across the world, that they see you as a degenerate?
That degenerate stuff definitely follows me. I could be dressed up head to toe, very proper and everything. But say like if I'm in Japan or something, some of those people are going to think like I'm a gangster, a gang member. If I go to, our world image is horrible. They think we're all criminal, violent animals. That's what the world truly thinks of us. And like I said, when I travel the world, I
How do
can
you
carry
know
my
that though? Like, you really think that's the every black person they perceive you as a gangster, or you know what I'm saying?
Yes, before they actually get to know you and stuff like that, that is the first thing that comes to their head. I've experienced this. Other black men that travel the world too also experiences this. We are constantly telling them we are not one of those guys. we have standards and morals. We're not out here enjoying crime and all that stuff like that. It happens all the time, bro. Our world image is destroyed, and the media also amplifies that stuff. And then look at the rap music. Sometimes they look at the rap music, they don't see anything else about black people. They think that's it. We're putting this stuff out into the world. You can't blame the Jewish people saying that, oh, the Jewish people are out here making all these songs and stuff to make us degenerate. At the end of the day, who made the songs? Who's out here driving, listening to this demonic music?
I'm soaking this in, Platt. This is amazing.
They're free to make songs, bro. Look, you what you've been saying, Trillion, what you're saying is you want to put black people into like a control situation. You're saying you don't want them to make rap music. White people are the ones who, wait a minute, Trillion. Whites are the ones who buy that stuff. You say don't have them make rap music. You want us to go back under Jim Crow.
No, that's not what I said. You're putting words in my mouth.
You said it was better.
You don't realize that's what you said.
Yeah, you did say that, bro.
It was better during Jim Crow. Our
so
family
what you said you will be better.
Better for who?
We actually had
better for the people under Jim Crow. No, it wasn't. Everybody didn't have a family under Jim Crow. So what I'm saying is better for who?
No, better than what it is today.
What you talking about? We take away people's freedoms?
Very obtuse.
You know what? I feel like Trillion, I could cut down on crime. I could cut down on crime. You name the city. I could cut down on crime. You know how I could cut down on crime? Trillion.
Trying to defend this crap.
Nobody's defending it, bro.
Your own is messed up, bro. I'm not defending anything. Well, anyhow, I could cut down on crime. You name the city. All I gotta do is make everybody stay inside. So we got a curfew, and if we catch you on the street, if we catch you on the streets, we locking you up. And guess what? I can turn around and say, you see, I cut down on the crime. Look at all the crime is gone. Look at me. I'm telling you, I cut the crime down. Well,
but that won't adjust the mentality, though. What you want to do is adjust the mentality and the desire of need that folks have. And you want. Hey, we've been listening to you, dog.
No, he got to get his phone together, though.
It's muffled, bro.
We need to be working on the law. If we let these kids know, if you want to be out here and be a YN and try to unalive people, you're going to prison for the rest of your life.
You are a walking cliche billboard.
We got guys out here doing that.
Trillion. But it's already like that, though. Trillion. It's already like that.
Yeah, we changing the climate out here.
They go to jail all the time for those crimes. It's already like that.
Dude, there's unalivers in Chicago that unalive many people. They all
they haven't been prosecuted.
You'll have a YN go out there in somebody's life and get 20 years in prison.
You know a lot. Hold up. You know all of this. You know all of how are you experiencing all of this that people are that people are doing? What's this?
This is all internet.
Where do you get this from?
Internet.
And hold up. And you say your skin color, right? It connects you to, I guess, the experience. What is your connection to the experience? Let's hear your root system, bro. North Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I come from straight up poverty, bro.
No. Hear me. North Tulsa, Oklahoma. My dad from Southside Chicago. My mama from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Bam. Here.
Okay.
Straight up here. Connected to it. Where yours at?
Was you raised by your mom and dad like black?
No, that's the problem. That's one of the problems that I'm saying is
no. The problem is you didn't state your lineage connection since just your skin color at first. You said your skin color. Yeah, you know all this information. You got to be connected deeper than just your skin color, right?
Hold up. We have no problem with you offering us your lineage.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
But this man, I mean, we just want to hear what he got to say. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I want to hear his validation on it.
He might be a teller, but these are He sounds like an ultra conservative to me, ultra right,
Yeah, he
a
does.
black
Very,
ultra
very
right wing
conservative.
conservative. I've heard that stuff. What
I
he's
believe
saying.
in I believe in God, family, and
Oh,
community.
God.
That's the number one thing in life. And I would say,
But it's still, you got to understand when you do what you're, Trillion, I got you, but you can't impose your will on other people. Maybe they don't agree with you. They're free to do just like you. You're free, Trillion. You need to get a phone too. Your phone is messing up. Trillion. You married to a white woman. There are people out there who say you wrong for that. And then you would say, well, hey man, it's none of your business. But you're telling them they need to do this and that. They're saying, why? There are already laws. Everything you said that's illegal, there are laws for that. The other stuff, if they want to make rap, it's free speech. They can make a rap record.
A Platt, you know what else is crazy? That even if somebody was come to him with this false perception to say how many, you know how they be trying to say, oh, how many black men get jammed up by white women and all that, he would defend that, right? So on the opposite end, when we hearing you saying certain things, bro,
black men have been jammed up by black women. Way more.
see, there you go. See,
Women be doing guys
you see
wrong.
how much?
Yo, he studied well. You studied well. I gotta tell you, you studied well, young Tether.
Yeah,
You
okay, so the reason why
you studied well. You've
I don't
tried.
think
You've
he's a
attempted
Tether. I
to
think he's
blend
from here.
yourself. And he won't say where he's from. No, he ain't from here.
Well, we
You
don't
don't tell
really,
nobody where he's from.
But Trillion,
No,
this,
Colorado.
hold on,
Colorado.
Trillion. Over
Oh,
here,
you from
we
Wisconsin?
don't look. I understand the Tether stuff, but we want to hear what the man got to say. I mean, I don't know who he is, so I'm saying he could be.
Hold
You're assuming he would tell you the truth anyhow, so that's what I mean. So we just want to hear what he got to say.
So
Yeah,
let me tell you.
I'm not punching on him. I actually, he cool. Like he seemed like a cool dude.
I
But
want to
you from
know.
the-
I want
you
to
from
hear a
Dakota?
positive that he has about the black community, though. We know all the negatives, and
that's
everybody can
good.
put all kind of negatives against us. Let's hear
good.
some of the. Let's hear about 4 positives that you know from us. Let's hear about that. Since you're from us, you're of us, skin color wise, connected to us. We already know the 25 bullet pointed. You know what I'm saying, deplorative factors to us as a people, since you're part of us and all that. All right, give me 5.
Yeah, like in our community.
Well, no, he don't need to give that many though. I mean,
Okay,
he
give me
is-
2.
oh,
Give me
wait,
2.
wait, he is
Give me
a
2
success-
then.
well, he's a successful black man. He's married. Those
I
are
got that.
positive things, right? Do you have
Okay.
kids?
No. I want to know what he knows of us as a culture, because he's presenting all these negatives about us as a culture. He know about 20 negatives. He got to know about 5 positives, right? Can I get 2? If he can't give 5, can you give at least 2?
Honestly, all I can say is we need to improve. It's really bad. That's all I'm saying.
Damn, bro, you can't say anything positive about the black community.
Now, remember, he didn't even know it was Juneteenth. Remember that? He ain't even into that.
Wow.
Golly.
But Platt, he can't give us nothing good about
I'm
the black
trying. I'm
community.
trying for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help him out. They're like, hey, pull him out. Pull him out. He's been discovered. Get him out.
Is it bad? Is it bad to? Is it a bad thing to leave? I mean, not in. I mean, you can say it was intent. Is it bad for a black person, to live in basically in the white community, and have criticism for the black community? Is it bad for them to ascend up to that position?
But he has no acknowledgement of the black community, though. Platt, he doesn't seem like he even been nowhere near it. He lived in a bubble. He lives in a bubble, and that's okay. That's okay. But he knows the talking points. He knows the things that's going bad in the black community. But he doesn't see nothing of the positive.
Are you dealing with racism?
Uh-oh. He said he was, Platt.
No,
he said he came on saying, I've never been to jail. I never done all this
racism.
no.
I conduct myself pretty well.
Trillion, by you being in the community, living the life you're living, are you trying to say that the reason white people are mean and racist to you? Wait a minute. You're not blaming them. You're blaming black people.
I'm not out here trying to commit crimes and
I didn't say that.
do all
What
that
I'm
shit. You know,
saying- So are you basically saying the reason I'm being done the way I'm being done is because not them, black people?
Wow.
the black culture, that mainstream
Wow,
hip
there
hop
you
black
go.
culture narrative.
Well, how come if a white man mistreats me, how come it's not his fault?
All right, I like to separate it. There's black people and then there's
I bet you
N-words.
do.
I'm a person. I'm not a
Of course you do.
those street
That's
rules and all that
wild,
crap.
Of course
But
you
you're
do.
saying
I'm just a
that-
law-abiding citizen that tries my
Nobody
best
said-
to do
but you're still
what I can out here in my
not
community.
But you're
That's
still
a
a
You
big
black.
one.
are not accepting that the treatment you're getting is coming
When
from
I-
them. It's not coming from the hood. It's not coming from those guys you're complaining about.
Yeah,
You're
it is. So
saying
look,
that
a little bit about me.
no.
I was
you're
raised
trying-
by single women on welfare.
You was raised by single
Trillion,
women.
Trillion. You
Yeah, I was
deserve to
raised
be
by-
treated. All right, fuck it.
Uh-oh.
And
He's flatlining.
the troubles
He's
and the
flatlining.
things that has done to my mind growing up without a father.
Yeah, okay. And that puts you hold up, that puts you connected to that what you're speaking of, that you won't even acknowledge that where your lineage from. You don't even acknowledge that there are some progressives about the community that you say that you're from. You just
But we
got
need more.
all-
And there is
you
some
got-
progressives, but we need a lot
No,
more.
okay, no, wait. You couldn't say 2. At first I said 5. I dropped it down to 2. You couldn't say 2.
I want to hear one now.
Nah, come on. Everybody got one.
No,
You know what
I
I'm
don't think he got one in him. Can you name one thing?
And I see what my people do and stuff like that.
Trillion. Can you
Like
name
when
one
I
good
was,
thing out the
even when I
community,
was
bro?
in school back in the hood.
No.
Huh?
Can you name one good thing
Look,
out of the black
hold on.
community?
You already said, wait, bro. You already said, even
Yeah,
when I was a
out the
kid
hood.
back in the hood. Look, come on, man. Look, you try. It's like you spending all your tokens. You got somebody in your ear, or people's feeding you. You know what I'm saying? Index cards or something. What's going on with this, dog? Come on.
Hey, Rogish, I'm not even punching on you, bro, because I can tell he don't come from this demographic, but he knows all the talking points.
All
right?
of them. All of
And that's
them.
what a lot of these guys do because they want to be accepted on that side and not knowing that despite when you look in that mirror, they look at you just another nigga on that nag. And I'm sorry, bro. Like as much as you
Facts.
can say it don't matter if they wipe away all the gangster rap, all the stereotype with black people, they still gonna look at you the way that you are, bro. And you a well accomplished man, and they still gonna.
I disagree.
Okay, all right.
Hey, yo,
My thing is that-
you do a good job as an agent. I'm gonna let you know that, dog. You a damn good agent. You a good, not bad, dog. Not bad. Almost give me Stormfront vibes.
And it looked like you kind of
Almost.
look at yourself in that kind of perception too, because when you say, "Go ahead, bro. Go ahead."
N-word follows me. When that N-word culture follows me, like I said, I always got to tell them, "Hey, I'm not that type of guy. I'm better than this."
Yes.
Wow.
Someone can really perceive you as being from the urban rough. Yeah, for real. Okay.
But
Yeah.
no, you gotta acknowledge a trillion.
Wow.
You could be the same way though. What I'm saying, if you at work and
Popping
you
your
notice
nine.
that you feel like you're being prejudged for reasons you don't have anything to do because you're black.
I'm always prejudged about it.
Wait
I
a
hate
minute.
about it.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. You could turn around and start prejudging them
From the
and say,
hood.
"Well, I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I think all you guys are racist." Why? Because because of this police officer, because of Fox News, and they can say, "Well, I don't even look at Fox News." But you're doing the same thing me. You talking about some dude in Chicago? What the fuck they gonna do with me?
Exactly.
Hold on. Yo, what was your clothing restriction when you came up in the hood? When you came up in the hood, what was your clothing restriction that you were beholden to that you didn't like having to adhere to, but you did it to protect your life? Everybody that grows up in the hood has at least one clothing restriction that they can't do due to a certain other group in the hood.
But Rogus, come on, that's terrible what you just did.
Yeah, I'm not bragging on it, but I'm saying that's the experience. So he keeps saying he came up in the hood. He should have that shared experience.
See, that's what I mean. Rogus, are you suggesting that a person is not black if they haven't had that experience?
No, I'm saying they ain't hood if there isn't that factor of having to adhere to a particular clothing restriction.
Wow.
You ain't hood.
Restriction, what? You can't tag, or what do you mean by that?
No.
I don't want him to be hood.
You should You should know you hood, right? You hood.
No. So I went back and forth from my grandparents to my mom.
Yeah.
So my grandparents, they had money. They lived in a good neighborhood. My mom, she always stayed in
That's what's
poverty,
up,
like
bro.
welfare households and stuff like that.
That's
So
what's up.
sometimes I'm cool, and I am in the hood, and then other times I'm in the suburbs and I'm with more upstanding people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
More upstanding people.
Well, the hood, you're stuck in poverty. The hood, there's nothing good about the hood. It's a whole bunch of people in poverty who's just trying to survive, and sometimes they commit crimes.
Well, hold up. Yeah, because the majority, that's the one thing. That's the same thing about America. If you really look at the crime statistics, it's a very like less than 1% that even do stuff like all of this crime. When you look at per number, okay, one crime is bad. All of them are bad, right? But there ain't no whole lot of people deleting people like
Yes,
that.
there is.
It slowed down a lot.
I'm obsessed about looking that stuff up because I want it to change.
Of course you're obsessed. Yeah, that's the very first thing you just said that has some truth to it up here.
I just got off the phone with somebody in Chicago, and they in the suburbs. I just got off the phone. They're in the suburbs. I was asking about that. They said, "Nah, man." He said, "Where I'm at? Hell no. Black man with a family, right?" He said, "Hell no." He said, "Man, not out here." He said, "You talking about out there? You talking about over there? You know, on this side of town?" He said, "Man, ain't nobody gonna be over there." He said, "But even over there, what is often never told is the majority of people. I don't care how thuggish it is outside, they are not involved in crimes. They're raising their families. They're doing what they can to help their kids do better. Yeah, you're gonna have some delinquents get out there and do things or hang out and get involved in the wrong thing, but the majority of them do the right thing."
Yeah, that's what class regular people out there.
Black people in inward. The black people that you're talking about in the suburbs raising families and stuff, I consider them as black people. But the ones in the hood doing all that gangster, degenerate, single mother stuff.
Everybody in the hood is not a gangster. Look, y'all approach that in the same way that Hollywood presents it. And this is how we know that. Look, you're a troll. You're a good troll. You're consistent. I give you that much. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you're running through all of your tokens. Everything that you're saying does not hold up to those who have actually lived the experience.
I don't think he's trolling. I think he just got a skewed view of black people.
How? You won't say what dynamic he's viewing from with this blackness.
Everything is talking points on the internet. Everything he's literally saying, the rap music and everything. And
everything he's saying is off of the internet. It's not real. It was real. It was real maybe in the 90s, in the early 70s.
And we was better under Jim Crow. So
I come from poverty. I've seen all this stuff with my own eyes.
Stop it.
I ain't gonna tell you why I heard that.
Are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give? You know what, Trill? You need a phone. Your phone keeps.
No, we starting over him because we talking. That's why I sound like that. We starting over him.
You got a burner from the
Are you willing to give up your rights? Are you willing to say, "Hey, suspend my rights. I'm a black man in America. We got to do something about these YNs. We got to do something about this out of control crime." Are you willing to suspend your rights?
Of course he is.
What do you mean suspend my rights?
You don't want you the right. The police can just pull you over.
Cut.
You don't want no what is that? Habeas corpus. You don't want any of that. You don't want no. You just have no. They say, "Hey, look,
you don't want to be black.
You come with me." And they take y'all down, and they said, "Well, we got a call that there was a shooting, and we just saw 5 black guys, so we bought you, including you." And you said, "I'm willing to give that up because I want to get down on this crime." Right?
You're trying to connect it to his blackness.
I don't break the law, so I don't have any problems with the police. Like if I get pulled over, how you doing? Did I do anything wrong?
No. Are you willing to suspend your rights?
No, why would I want to suspend my rights?
You're ridiculous, brother. You want hold up, you don't want to suspend yours, but you want to take theirs.
How am I taking somebody's rights?
Everything you said is about taking their rights. We were better on Jim Crow. You don't have any rights.
No.
Right.
All I'm saying is our family system was better during Jim Crow. That's all I said is our family system was better during Jim Crow. That's it.
You wouldn't even know though, bro. You just
research and stuff.
Talking points, man. Like,
trying to defend black people.
I don't like.
Who's talking to you, Trillion?
Talking about remembering what it was that our people went through and all that, and we up here defending our people due to this cat who just because he might be potentially half of us, he gets to some say so to speak on something, and it's all negative, and we got to absorb it simply because he got a shared skin color.
Yeah.
That wouldn't how it be in the physical.
Hold up, and you get to speak, Rogish.
I don't defend degeneracy.
Shut up.
No, but the only thing is though, if he was a half-breed white person, they wouldn't accept him. Why should we accept him?
If you are.
Hold up, Maurice. Hold up.
Tragic mulatto. We got to listen to a tragic mulatto disrupt talk on Juneteenth.
Hold up, Rogish.
Black people so bad. Black people so bad. Tell me something bad about white people back in the days doing Juneteenth.
The floor is yours. No profanity, but the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and cook, Rogish. Just don't curse, bro.
All right, then. So tell me something bad about the white people. You know, all these 25, you didn't say 50,000 things about black people. We talking about Juneteenth now. All right, then. Go into half of yourself, wherever the half you want to lie and say that you're from, and tell me what was your views on the white people pre-Juneteenth, pre-emancipation? Because what we're supposed to be talking about is a history of sustained slavery that there was not supposed to be. That's what we're supposed to be talking about, not defending black people from you. And you come through with some type of perspective. I don't know, because black people are present and you want to do your own Black Fox News thing or something. What's up with that? So let's hear something about these pilgrims, homie. Let's hear about the other side that I guess you praise all the time as opposed to chastise. What's good?
Well, they were wrong for slavery, but at the end of the day, it was black people who sold us to the white people.
Oh,
it was our own
God. Here we go. Like I said, that's one. Okay, give me another one.
That's a lie, though. Hold on, that's a lie.
Give me another one. No, hold on. Let's give him that. Let's give him that because he knows how to run a bullet pointed list. So let's go ahead. Okay, one.
Well, slavery was bad, and there was a whole bunch of horrific slave owners, especially ones splitting up families and all that stuff.
All right.
Really, really bad.
How you feel about gator bait?
What is that?
Yeah, we got to watch.
Oh my God!
Oh, you don't know about that? You don't know about gator bait?
Hold up.
He doesn't know about gator bait.
Yeah, you can't really get into stuff like that on a YouTube channel. But I'm saying you can describe it to him. Just be careful how you describe it. Go ahead.
Okay, I didn't even start describing it. I just mentioned it.
He don't know.
Well, inform me.
That's the sad. How is it that he don't know? But he got all of this analysis and lens for us, but he ain't connected to the history. I'm trying to understand how is he connected to the history. We're supposed to be talking about the history. This is history for us. This is basically a history analysis for us. And he come in and trying to make it on something negative for us, or how all we're bad,
I agree.
and we need to change. But he can't align himself with nothing that it was when it first launched.
Right.
So I'm trying to connect it right back to the history. What's up?
You know what, Trillion? You did sort of
that situation. What was it? After you tell me,
Trillion, you did sort of step in it because you only put up resistance is when we said, well, why don't you get mad at the white people mistreating you? And you bent over backwards saying, well, no, it's the Negroes that's making them do it.
Yup. That's what he said.
Yeah, like I said, there's a difference between black.
Again, but would you be? But if I walk up to you and I push you, and you would say why? I said, well, because a black guy pushed me a year ago. So you're gonna say, why you taking it out on me? Because you black. So you still saying you're saying that you are being mistreated by the whites you're around and you work with and you're married to a white woman and you find that it's hard, but you're not blaming them. You're blaming people who out in society and you justifying mistreatment for yourself.
Well, like I said again, once they meet me and they see who I am, all those preconceived notions.
Yeah, because you gotta make sure that I'm not one of them, right? Every time you meet the opposite.
You gotta make sure that you can tap dance pretty good.
That's crazy, bro.
Tap dancing.
You can't just be a black man. You gotta make sure and tell them I'm not like them YNs. Like that's kind of wild. That don't sound.
You gotta perform. You gotta perform for somebody else, for someone to like you. That's some of y'all problem. Why do you care about validation from an enemy, bro? I don't understand that.
I want to be able to walk around and people say, "Oh, what? Like that's black people there. Those guys are respectful. Those guys have morals. I want the world to look at us.
No, you
in
are
a,
that though.
Because
True,
we know
you are
So
who your
that
metric
that
is.
matters
We
that much to
understand who
you.
your lens is. We understand who you measure black people by. We understand who you believe yourself
That
to be
matters.
simply because you're half of them or whatever. We understand how twisted your perspective could be in the measuring of these power dynamics while believing that you can be for one side as opposed to the other. We understand the schism that is your fucking tormented tormented reality there, mate. We understand that. And here you are trying to project that onto the whole of us as a culture. You twisted, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you is half of half, you twisted.
no, bro, I'm full black.
You
And a
ain't
lot
full
of
none. Shut up.
No, he's all right, man. I mean, how come we just can't disagree, brother?
It's not a disagreeing because this is
This is a
disrespectful.
black man. He's called me
This is
before.
disrespectful. If we was before the people
is
and we're
insane.
offering this to the people and he can step up and disrespect like
I
that.
just don't understand why he has to.
Rogan, should people like him, should he have a seat at the table?
Of course
when black
not.
people come together. Yeah,
Of course
there you
not.
go. There you
Of course
go.
not. All skin folk ain't kin folk. He don't seem to
Who's
understand
going to
that
be the
one.
person to make
I'm
this
black.
mistake?
I'm black. I got the same skin.
I'm not a victim, bro.
Yeah,
I don't have a
all
victim
skin folk ain't kin folk, homie. You know
Well, I'm not-
you know about that one, right? You know about hold up. If you know about that one, then you know that we have a much more denser dare I say social filtering that we do to the character of those who we consider to be black. You feel me?
Okay, what is he doing that's not on Fox News every day?
Okay, so that should
Platt,
make it
come
acceptable simply
Platt,
because
Platt, yeah.
he's going to be
Platt,
a
come on.
doppelganger.
No. I'm saying everything he said, I can listen to Fox News and hear somebody on there, black or whoever they bring, a guest, a host, say the exact same things. So, what the danger in what you're doing with him is, Rogan, you don't really, anyhow, the danger you're doing with him is you telling him he doesn't have a right to wait a minute, he doesn't have a right to his free speech. You're saying that to him, but you don't say that to a Sean Hannity. And that's no.
Who don't? You projecting right there, bro.
No.
I live it.
No, there was about 5-6 years ago, black guy, he was one of these black conservatives, and he was on Fox News. And he was doing his thing. And he asked the other black guy that he was talking to, he said, well, why don't you talk to Sean Hannity? And the guy said, what? He said, you keep telling me what I can't say, and you don't like hearing a black person talk like this. He said, but Sean talks like that. Rush Limbaugh talks like that. He said, but you're not trying to stop them. He said, I'm a black man. I'm an American. I have freedom. These are my opinions. Why you keep trying to tell me because I'm black, I can't say these things?
I feel what you're saying, Pat.
No, and I watched that and it sort of popped in my head. I was like, you know what? I don't agree with what he's saying, but he is a free man, just like I'm a free man to disagree with him.
Yeah, but he's coming from a place of he wants validation from a group of people that will never accept him whether he thinks it or not. That's the problem here.
Fact.
He's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm not like one of those others, which is remedial. You got to understand, they don't like you just because you are you. You can have a master's degree in neuroscience. There's going to be one of them that just like, I don't like this guy because of your skin tone.
They don't. And as much as Robert Griffin thinks, they don't like his wife. He can think whatever he wants to, but
What, she's a mud shark?
Bro, I didn't even read the stuff on there. I didn't read the stuff of guys on there going in on his wife, bro. It was terrible.
I'm about to lighten up the mood a little bit. Hey, Platt, I'm about to give him the bell treatment. I don't want to know too much about your lady, but how she look? Like, she attractive? How you?
Nah, she's very good looking, bro.
She's hot. All right.
Oh, you got your cookie. Now you feel like you're one of them, huh?
Hey, no,
they be having some mid-white women be hyping her up, like.
No,
he got him a vanilla cookie. He feels like he's one of them.
Hey, no, you know what's crazy? When I'm walking down the street with her, you know how many dirty looks I get from white men?
Uh-oh.
I bet.
Yeah. Do you know? No, the question ain't do we know. The question is, do you know? Do you know what that means?
Oh, they don't want me having women. They call her a mud shark.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's why. Well, why are you still blaming? If they're doing that, black people in the ghetto, they don't have anything to do with them calling her that name.
For real.
Why are you so? And what Maurice is saying, why are you trying to get validation from them so bad? And in the process, you're throwing your black community under the bus.
No, they can have him. They can have him. He ain't part of the black community no more. They can have him.
The degeneracy under the bus. I'm putting the behavior under the bus, not the people.
Stop.
It's the behavior.
Stop.
Honestly,
You
bro,
had like all the people are of the character to carry out a degeneracy as their average character. The moment that black comes up, it's just like with this Carmelo Anthony thing. As opposed to making it what it was between those students, people started people make this as some form of a window so that they can open up an attack on the whole black community. Like, all right, what do you mean all black people walk around? You know what I'm saying? Getting into those conversations and handling them like that, get out of here. But it shows you how acute the anti-blackness is within the social framework. And the fact that people like you will deny or have 40 different pejoratives that you want to deliver for black people or against black people, and none with the system that you say that you are encountering some of the same anti-blackness within. So all black people got to do is continue to change, alter, and tailor themselves for the anti-blackness of the system. Then perhaps maybe the system won't be anti-black no more. People like you operate like that.
Whole of people, we got
blind Democrats operate like that. Mascot Republicans operate like that.
So look, this is how I do it. Hey, look, check this out. This is how I think. If I could press a button to get rid of every single proud criminal, degenerate single mother.
If a if was a split, get out of here. If a if was a
you do know Caucasians have the highest number of single motherhood. You know that, right? No, Caucasian women in America. No. Caucasian women in 2026 are the highest on food stamps. That's a fact. And they're the highest in single motherhood. You know that, right?
No,
the population is 5 times ours. You know that, right?
No. Black people, as far as
no. Do you know that? No. Do you know that? Do you know that?
Well, there's 50%. 50% more.
So you don't know that. So hold on. So you don't know that.
I'm talking about
okay.
Hold on, check this out. I'm talking about people for people.
He hitting up the calculator right now. You know what I'm saying? As we talk.
You guys won't let me talk, so.
Nah. I see what you're doing. You like somebody who can get the answers for the test.
JFK went to West Virginia.
All I'm saying is I want black people to do better. And yes, what's wrong
per
with
capita?
Hold up, brother. JFK went to West Virginia and did a photo op back in the day, way before YouTube. I think maybe 66 or something like that, maybe even 65, because West Virginia, they was having so much poverty. So I want to say he created America, the whole food stamp program. It was launched in a densely populated, poor white area. Even though we know, politics, it's become a black issue. It's never been a black issue.
Nope.
The food stamp program, all that's for whites, and it's really over there now with all the drugs in West Virginia. Food stamps. A lot of them people, that's all they got. Food stamps. And you say Chicago and all that. You talking about YNs? Man, they go look at over there. They're doing everything to themselves over there.
Yeah. What about the heroin trail that's replacing the Oregon trail?
I tried to tell him that here in Philly with Kensington, like we got the largest.
Cultures need to change. What about
their culture needs to change.
Hold up. What about the dissolution of healthy essential bonds of community? Are you kidding me? Get out of here. Hold up. Every year they do over 600, mass pows. And what's up with that? They're like 89% of that. That's one of the bullet points. We got Epstein Island, that done popped off. That done exposed all of your leaders, all of your favorite celebrities, all of your infrastructure, showing that the entirety of your framework is poisonous. But you want to call black people into some form of accountability of their.
This guy's brainwashed.
Get out of it. He ain't brainwashed. He probably was sent here. You know what I'm saying? But the thing
For
is,
example,
he ain't connected to the
Donald
issue,
Trump
but he trying
made
to
it
speak for the
illegal
people.
to ship heroin from Canada into America, and he's gonna have the nerve to sit there and be like, "Oh, yeah, there's drugs in the African American community." If a president of a country is trying to help the country and mostly his people, you have to think, bro. That means his people aren't doing well, but they're gonna point the finger at us to make it seem like we're the ones using and abusing and selling these narcotics, and it's really them.
They can't.
Do you not get that?
They can't have themselves.
Yeah, what about your connect? What about your connect? A lot of the brothers, hold up, brothers don't have boats and shit like that. Look, I'm not, I understand you need to keep it, away and all that. But I'm saying, I know these dudes. They don't. That shit is being distributed through a white guy. White guys bringing that shit in. White guys selling it to them. They don't have that. They might. It might filter down to some traps, local traps. But those are just local. That's like the help. You know what that's like? That's like meeting a celebrity, but you got to deal with his entourage. And you saying, okay, he's over there. They're like, well, oh man, he ain't talking to nobody right now. You're like, well, he's standing right there. He said, hey, he ain't talking to nobody. That's what I'm saying. And then you blame the people who have nothing to do with, and you say he's rude. No.
And what culture got everybody on pills? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Black people, get out of here. We already know what it is. It's the one that you be trying to stay under the scrotum canopy up.
Nah, bro. Black people
Shout
are
out to
poverty
Zoe.
right now because of the mindsets. It's the mindsets that keep people in poverty.
Stop it. You won't even acknowledge none of the anti-blackness of the systematic framework. So hold up. Let's get you back on. Let's get you back on course. Now, when it comes to Juneteenth, right? You had the black people here in Texas that were released later, right? Later. So what do you think that they were kept from with those 2.5 years of not being able to build for themselves like the other black people were around the United States?
Yeah, I think that was jacked up. If they were free, they should have been freed. Yeah, it's really jacked up with those people.
Okay, and what does that say of the potential character and intention, economic, social, political, of those who were seeking to maintain that system, even when their so-called fellow government instructed them not to?
Wait, what are you asking?
Listen,
Now, you want me to ask it again?
Nah. He's smart, right? You smart with all them degrees and trying to be down with all the Caucasians. You got to be smart. So you understood exactly what he was saying.
Okay.
No, phrase it back to me again. I honestly didn't understand what you were saying.
The thing is, we're talking about Juneteenth, and you keep trying not to have to suffer the white perspective of Juneteenth, defaultly that the part that whiteness plays as a power dynamic, and the victimization of black people during them times or before that time. You don't. It sucked. Oh yeah, it was jacked up. That objective thing that y'all do. I need you to get specific. If you can get this specific with black people, I need you to get specific about white people during those times.
But he ain't know about Juneteenth either, though. Rogan.
But hold up. Wait a minute. But I'm pretty sure that he has a vivid imagination about what them pretty much went down. Like, do you know about slavery in Texas?
Yeah. Well,
I do know about slavery in general.
Do you know about slavery in Texas, though? Do you know what the key crop was that they were pushing here in Texas?
No, not specifically in Texas. I'm from Colorado, but no, not specifically. But I do know about slavery.
You're from Colorado, and as racist as Colorado is, wait a minute.
Okay.
See, and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
No.
This is exactly what I'm saying, bro.
Hold up, Maurice. We're talking about Robert Griffin III. Robert Griffin III. He posted up a photo about him celebrating Juneteenth. He put up this picture. Obviously, it's his wife, his kids. He has a proclivity for white women, which most people acknowledge, most people in the sports world, they know about it. It's been done over and over again. And now all of a sudden, Juneteenth, right, a celebration for Black freedom and a celebration of appreciation for the whole Black experience, now it's turned, it's being massaged into something else. Now it's got to be massaged where if you're mixed, you got to feel comfortable with a with Juneteenth. It can't be an expression of Black pride. It can't be that, because remember, you got other people. You got to appeal to other people within the culture, right? And when you look at St. Patrick's Day or something like that, they don't say you can paint yourself yellow. They don't say that you don't have to. If you want to be a part of St. Patrick's Day, you got to participate in what they do. They don't say that you got, okay, well, you're part of St. Patrick's Day. It's okay for you to drink yellow beer. Why? Because you're different, and we're going to accept you. They don't do that. They say you're doing something else.
Right. You're doing something out of turn, doing something out of pocket, doing something that's not in respect of the history that's connected to the holiday. And that's how this cat come up here. He ain't respectful at all to the history of this holiday.
And finally, Black people have some singular.
I don't know anybody who's been a slave. There's opportunity out here in America now. You guys are talking about stuff that happened way back in the past.
Oh, yes, my goodness.
But hey, the opportunities out here. Slavery has not held me back. And like I said, I don't know any slavery.
We're talking remembrance. We're just talking remembrance. You act like you can't share a Black moment of remembrance. That's the whole reason for the holiday, right? So how about that? How about you read the room, you participate, act like you with family. You know what I'm talking about, how Black people do. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't been around us that much. You in Colorado.
And I get it. Trillion, I get it.
Around all that snow, huh?
We gotta go to do business. Hold on, Trillion, I get it. Trillion, you know what, bro? You need to get you a phone. You need to get you a phone, bro.
He in the mountain right now, huh?
I get it. Where he keeps he's like about 30 seconds of Borgin, and then it'll clear up.
Yeah, it's getting extorted because of his microphone.
Yeah.
I have my phone plugged into the charger, and I think that's what's messing it up.
Oh, okay. Well, Trillion, and you know what? It worked for you, Trillion, because I totally forgot what I wanted to talk about. So I'm out of here.
Colorado, boy. That's where you was born and raised out there, boy?
Yeah, bro. And believe it or not, I have not experienced that much racism at all.
Stop it.
I mean,
bro.
I've spoken to Black law enforcement who does training out there, and they'll tell you, yeah, they're racist as hell.
That's a racist, Colorado.
Get out of here, bro. You crazy.
And check this out too. I also have been a police officer in the past.
Yeah, not surprised. Not surprised at all, Trillion. What? Hey, how about this? Hey, you don't say, nigga. Go ahead.
We do need Black officers. Come on, stall him out, bro.
Get out of here, bro, man. Get out of here, bro.
What are you talking points?
Smoking, bro.
It's a bad thing to be a cop.
No, I said it's good. We need more Black, but
just like you,
bro.
Just like you.
I don't want you pulling my son over, man. You like, boy.
Well, if he's not a YN, he won't have any problems.
Well, how would you know? What's the aesthetic of this YN that you know of? What's the aesthetic? Go ahead.
Oh God, here we go.
And unaliving each other, and I hate it.
No. What's the aesthetic? How would you know that a black young kid is a YN? How would you know? Go.
Oh, easy, by the culture, the way they proceed, the way they dress, the way they talk, and the way they move, the way they do.
What's the dress code?
What's the dress code? Well, bro, you can talk to a YN and know YN, bro.
No.
We asking you. What's the dress code?
You come from a hood in Colorado, Denver, right? So you should be able to definitely tell us what a YN look like.
Hey, what's the dress code, bro? I want to know what's the aesthetic that you could consider when you're looking at a black kid and be like, that's a YN right there. That's all I want to know, Trillion.
In Colorado.
People tagging like doing drugs.
You said what he got on?
A triple fat goose, all red.
A shot.
What he got on?
With some ski boots. If they wear their ski goggle to the right side, they
Hold
from,
on,
they
Rogan.
from
I
the
want to
west.
hear you. I want to hear you.
Yeah, I said a shiesty, the shiesty thing that they put over their heads.
And
That's
what else?
what-
What else besides the shiesty mask?
I don't know, probably a car full of weed and lean and guns and shit.
Yo,
Wow.
yo. Is you trolling? Is you kind of trolling though?
Of course he trolling. Hey, he got you. He got you, Platt. He didn't derail your whole joint, cuz for real. Yeah, I'm saying with this bullshit, for real,
A
cuz.
shiesty mask and some weed in the car.
Yo, he paid attention to Chicago. You talking about? So you talking about Chicago? It was having roots out there in Denver, right? Chicago was having gangster roots in Colorado.
I was waiting for him to say Air Force One.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like weed and skinny.
They're spilling their Murray's grease all over the place, man. Get out of here, bro.
Oh, no, bro.
It's more than how they dress. I don't just look at someone how they dress and assume that. It's more than dressing.
It's more of a culture thing because I see a lot of white boys wearing ski masks too. Like that's more of a culture thing.
And let me tell you this too: if it's a white YN, I don't like his ass either.
Stop it. There's no such thing. Stop it. Golly. Golly, just stop it, man. Damn. Look, clearly you live on the internet. Your black experience, as half as it is, I think it's more fractured, homie. You know what I'm saying? You're from Colorado. Hold on. You're from a hood in Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Where your mother grew you up in poverty. You know what I'm saying? Your black mother, I guess, and your white father grew you up, I guess, what? In the hills around the snow, pardon the pun. But don't, right? And your values were driven.
He kind of get me like he was I don't know why, because I had a homie that kind of talked about him. Was you adopted?
No, bro. I just said I was raised by single women on welfare.
No,
Okay.
no. You know what? No, hold up. Notice that as you speak, everything that you say, it's just one inflection tone, as if it's just delivered with no inflection, and then all you're doing is delivering. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers who do that, yeah. You ain't putting no passion in none of the shit that you deliver.
He possibly could be the token black guy. Remember off of that movie? I forgot what it was called, where they had the token black guys. Every white movie, all he say is, "Yeah, boy, yeah, that's what's up." Like he might be that guy. Like so, he never had that experience the way that everybody else do. That's why I am giving him grace because he's saying these talking points, which is goofy. We don't take like whatever, but he might be in his own bubble where he doesn't know the experience like how we do. You know what I'm saying? Even in different communities, because I travel up and down the East Coast, and I've been seen it all. I done been in the most racist period, and I know as a black man, it doesn't matter what you wear. Right. They're going to look at you no different than any other black person. It don't matter, gangster.
I disagree 1,000,000%.
Okay, all right.
You can hold on. You can disagree 1,000,000%, but you've never encountered white collar sabotage, have you?
White collar sabotage.
White collar sabotage.
I don't know what that means.
And that's the sad part, because that's when you've made it to the so-called upper echelons, and you're able to work projects with those who are white, Asian, East Asian, all the rest.
It's like
of
a
it,
melting pot, in other words.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And you encounter them, and you encounter the anti-blackness from them. Now these are the ones that'll never say that they're racist. They'll never call you an N-word, but it's much more subtle, right? It's much more subtle. They tend to slant your potential. They tend to slant your experience. They tend to, you know what I'm saying? They tend to slant your contribution. But you were vetted like everyone else who was there through the same process, and you passed that process. It's like no matter how you get yourself within the room, you're not really supposed to be in the room. So, you know what I'm saying? You never experienced that. So that's why you bring up the most gross base perspective of potential validation for anti-blackness that you can come up to.
Dude, I've been a manager and I've had hundreds of employees that are white, and I'm on top. So
okay,
I never really been through that. No.
Yeah,
I've been at the top. I've managed them.
Okay.
Hey, Trill, you
Well,
ever seen that Drewski skit when he was with the only black guy with all the white guys? You ever seen that skit before, bro?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Then he had his black friends come over. That he had to kick them out because he wanted them to mess up his image and all that. Yeah, that's why you laughing. That was a good skit.
Hey, if they good black people and not the N words of YNs,
And he said the same thing. Yo, that's crazy.
Yep.
If you got any YN energy to you, get out. But if you're a black dude, you're a hard worker.
So you can't be a black man with dreads and you dress urban.
Well,
like
you conduct yourself like a good person, like a stand-up citizen. Come on, bro. You're welcome.
Stop it. Look, you get your measurement of Black America.
That's crazy
from racist white America. I ain't even gonna say all white America is racist. You know what I'm saying? But you get your perspective from racist white America, and that's the crazy part.
I'm not gonna lie. I am a little bit racist towards YNs, not black people, but the YNs.
Stop it, bro. Ain't no look. You don't have that many YNs around you, man. It's too cold.
I
You
don't
know what I'm saying?
Colorado.
Out here, bro.
Yeah, here. So okay, but hold up, but that's how you hold. That's how you hold all the black culture into some type of accountability. Notice you have yet to speak on Juneteenth. So you're focused on this YN thing. I'm asking you again, as a whole black man to a half of a black man potentially. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, let's hear about 5 bullet points of derivatives of white society during that time period. What's up?
You want me to denounce white things that white people were doing back in that time?
Nobody said denounce nothing. I want you to enumerate. That's it. You've been doing it about black culture and black people for about 3 hours.
Because that's what I care about.
Definitely was.
So give me hold up. So show me that you care about the history, and give me 5 for the other side.
For the history of Juneteenth and slavery. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Slavery was wrong.
No. You said that 30 minutes ago. Nah, I counted that as 1.
I don't know what else you want me to say about it, other than it was wrong.
I want you to go into some of the similar depth that you can go into about the black community. Go into the culture. Go into the culture, the mentality, the the intention of the white people. Then let's go into that a little bit. Why would they go past what their beloved government instructed for them to, as if it was against their benefit? Why would the white people of Texas do that?
It was economic, bro. It was economic. And to tell you the truth, if you were rich and powerful and you can buy people to do whatever you wanted, you probably do it too, bro.
Okay, but you love the country and all.
We got to go to do business. He hit me in the private chat. He's been waiting about 15 minutes. Do business. You still up? You still?
Do business. What up, bro?
Go ahead.
What's good with y'all, man?
What up, bro?
Yeah, is that me with the crackling sound or whatever, or is that someone else?
That's Trillion. I think he needs to get his phone looked out.
Well, can he mute up? It's kind of
okay. It's muted.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to y'all, man. Nah, I just been listening, because I really didn't, know what y'all was talking about when I first heard it, but then, I kept listening, so I get it. So basically, I guess the argument is RG3 is he not allowed to celebrate Juneteenth just because he's dating a white woman? Is that the argument? I'm asking.
Good question.
He can celebrate it, but can he connect to it? Can he really feel the spirit of the slaves with that white woman up there, sitting around with that white woman in the house with her?
Well, I mean, that's just something that's going to happen, Platinum. I mean, it doesn't matter whatever kind of woman you date. I mean, you're still black. So just for him to celebrate it, he still knows that no matter what he does, no matter, where he goes, he's still, a black man. And he's really black. So he darker than me. And I'm brown skinned. So, yeah.
So you think RG's more of a black man than you?
Nah, I mean, what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter who you are, what you do in the United States of America, in the world, period. I mean, other races of people are going to recognize us as being black. And
did the ancestors bleed so that he could come out and date white women?
Platinum, black women have been dating. They've been dating white women way before that.
No,
way
they
before.
Weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They weren't living to tell. They weren't living to tell about it. No,
yes,
they
were.
No, they
Platinum,
weren't.
even the Moors was dating white women. Platinum. They did it for 700 years.
Black people should only date black people, and that's it?
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That doesn't make any sense. You know that's not going to happen because just look at the country we live in. You said what?
That doesn't make sense to me at all either, that only black men should date black women. Like, we live in America, it's a melting pot. I say date whoever the heck you want. That treats you right. If they treat you right, you can be with them.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, of course, you know.
If they told you, Trillion, if they told you, if you really a part of the community, light up a candle, hold it up high, or cut your phone on, put your light on, would you do that?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'll definitely do that.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, basically, but yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a judge, black judge. You can be whatever, man.
A pilgrim.
Yeah,
I do the whole pilgrim, and he played you. That's a whole pilgrim.
Well, I mean, I can understand why people would look at RG3 and and say that because he's dating a white woman.
No, I'm not talking about RG3. I'm talking about this cat up here. But with RG3, he's Texas. He Texan. He I don't know he's from Texas. I thought he was from DC. But yeah, he's from here. The cats from here who date white women, they pedestalize them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Situation.
Yeah, I mean, you see that just like the cats here who date yellow chicks, they pedestalize yellow chicks over all the other black women.
Yep,
but you know the reason. But you know the reason for that, though, right?
You feel me?
You know the reason for that, right?
Why? They be bad in the motherfucker. Shit, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I like dark women, but
that's not. Well, yeah, that's true, but
and if you can find one like a real pretty, thick, dark chocolate sister, you're right. If you can find them, a lot of times they off the market. They've been scooped up.
True that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just. People always going to want something that doesn't look like them. It's just it's more attractive to certain people. So yeah, they may put them on a pedestal, because it's just different. That's all it is. It really ain't no big deal. It's really not.
But would you say that's what homie doing now?
And the reason why I picked her is because she treats me better than any woman that I've ever met.
You dated a black woman before, right, Trillion?
Yeah, I dated a black woman before, yeah.
Yeah, of course. How long did that last?
Then why y'all getting at the brother, man? What's
because there ain't no brother. Because there ain't no brother. This on Pilgrim up here masquerading.
He's a brother.
We're
not in no position to do that, Rogus. He's a black man.
Oh, but he's in all position to trample over the history and not have no respectability into it.
Just like your opinion is different than his. His opinion is different than yours. He's a black man, and that's the problem with the stuff. We can't. Separation makes us weaker.
Separation, homie. This is filtering, and if we don't have one, then we're fools. Are you kidding me? Separation.
Let me say this to you right quick, brother.
This is filtering.
But you have no power in America if you have if the smaller you are, the weaker you are. I'm talking
so that if that's how you perceive your potential, that's on you, cuz. We didn't always be in the underdogs according to how this system is measured. Always.
Roger, we have to understand what the system is, though.
We do understand what the system is.
No, we don't.
Okay, so how's it that we can have days like Juneteenth and we don't understand what the system is?
We think that just because we want something, we don't have to go through the processes to get it, and it don't work that way.
Want what? What is it? Are we desiring the right thing?
Don't you want to change? Don't you want to acknowledge that blacks are specific?
Black people
are a specific ethnic group, and you don't like the fact that they're shared. Like if you're not white, you black. No, you said no. We want descendants of slaves. FBA, those are black people. Those are the black descendants of slaves. that group of people. That's what we want to talk about. That's what we want to get reparations and all, right?
No, we're establishing our identity for whatever. It's not just an intention for no reparation. You got some black people who rock like that. All black people don't believe that these motherfuckers will ever pay no motherfucking reparations. But if we're going to have an accord and a censoring of our lineage, of a lineage-based identity, hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. And for anybody who done married outside of the race while we do this process, that's nothing wrong with them. That don't mean that they disconnected from the race.
Mm-hmm. You got no problem
Well,
with that?
some of them are. Now, don't get it twisted. Some of them are.
Well, I mean, once they make it known and they show that they're about anti-black values, then all right. But we, again, if this is a filtering. It's an easy filtering. We already got all skin folk ain't kin folk, but what we ain't never did was establish the processes that goes within that filtering process. We've been saying it, and it's been, you know what I'm saying, something like a social contract, but it never has been culturally mapped out.
Well, even with all of that, even what you just said is true, but even with the brothers that do venture, out and lose themselves, it's still black. So that's what they have to understand. So you can
might be a different kind of black to them, though. That's the whole thing.
They don't look at they don't.
If they're a different kind of black, you got to let them be that kind of
and
black.
then on top
but
of
that's
that,
where you come in at. That's where you like anytime you come across one of our people like that. If you can get a chance to kind of wheel them back a little bit, that ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't have to do that.
Once they make their decision, they over there, cuz.
I got you, but you listen.
Hold on. Yeah, no. You're right.
If you can teach them sometime, just ain't nothing wrong with that.
And the danger of that, Rogish, is it's a hypocrisy, because on one side of the fence, you say you care about black people, but you don't care about those black people. So you can't say you care about black people.
Once you make your decision to be anti the history, anti the God-given human empathy that you're supposed to have when you encounter anything of our history, you done said everything what it is. I ain't even got to say nothing.
But you still have to even look out for people who don't look out for themselves to a certain degree, if you care about those people.
But okay, so now we got to ask ourselves, how potent is the reality for none of us to understand at a accord of how this works then? How is it that it can be so visceral but not visceral? How is it that we can live in something so visceral where you got with Juneteenth right now? What people are observing, and not only Juneteenth, but the reason of why they made Juneteenth a national holiday. Because of the whole George Floyd thing, because of the black experience.
I got you. They saying that you agree with Harriet Tubman.
I see that.
I agree with Harriet Tubman. No. I agree with Nat Turner. Harriet Tubman.
Well, there you go. So that's why, and there you go.
I agree with Nat. I agree with Nat Turner.
Well, there you go.
Don't put no revolutionary on me or somebody trying to leave. We build it here, and we supposed to have it here. And if we can't have what's ours, you can't keep what's yours.
We don't.
Second grade.
Hold on. Over here,
that ain't changing.
We don't agree with Nat Turner.
I know we don't, because y'all want to be loved by people who hate you and set up things to be against you, like a slave, much like a slave.
What about your faith? Does that matter?
Much like a slave. What you mean your faith? Your faith with what? What you mean?
Your faith, what you believe in, right and wrong.
Your faith. What faith? Faith in what? You talking about a religion?
There you go. Thank you. No.
Okay. What about it?
In what? There you go.
What about it?
I don't have any faith.
I don't have any faith in America, in America. No, I ain't got no faith in this place. I got faith in my folks. That's it.
You don't practice a religion.
Who are you to say that I'm supposed to practice one?
Okay, there you go. You say you don't.
No.
If you don't stand for something, you'll stand for anything.
So if that's your judgment, and if religion is the only way that y'all could slavishly stand for something, you're going to slavishly stand by your religion. All right, then let's hear it. We really gonna talk on religion, talking about this history now. Let's talk about what was in their religious mind during the time where they didn't want to free these people. Let's talk about that. What was on the mind of these greed-feeding demonic demons during the time when they were supposed to free some people who was already free, but they wouldn't do it? Let's talk about that.
Can I ask you guys a question real quick, please?
And that evil-ass deity. You want to go into it? Let's go into it.
Hey guys, how do you guys feel about the black kings and stuff that ran up all the black people and sold them to the white people? How you guys feel about them?
They're not black.
That's
They're not
not
black.
true.
Black is American. You talking about Africans? We're not African. We're American.
They just started rounding us up, going in there and just rounding
Yeah,
us up.
yeah, yeah. No, ain't no
So you
us.
think that was really
Ain't no us. Y'all see what he do? Y'all see how he did it? Y'all see how he did it? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see how he tried to switch it right off of them? Did y'all see that?
Actually, no. You know what, bro? You got to get a phone, bro.
Yeah, Trillion.
And I
That
can't
ain't
take
true,
them
bro.
30
Y'all see
minutes
that?
of just 30 minutes of just, what is that, muddled speech before you finally can get the point out. I can't take that.
Yeah.
Now, you said the black kings or whatever.
Sold the slaves.
The Europeans went over there and brokered a deal with them to get those slaves. So the Europeans used trinkets and hats and molasses. They used all types of things to trade for that human bondage. And it doesn't excuse what they did here in America, because you still had chattel slavery. You had, if you was born a slave, you've done nothing to no one, you were a slave. You had Jim Crow. You had the massacres of blacks after the Civil War. You're talking about Juneteenth. There's so many blacks died after the Civil War. When whites said we can't exploit you, they went after them. They took their lives.
But that's that whole what the black king sold they slave. So they just sold all them people and left them there, like left the kings there. Like, no, that's not. It's wrong.
No,
that's not what happened.
On the global,
it was wrong to buy them. It was wrong to buy them. It was wrong to buy them.
Was slavery in their own humans. They were trading humans for firearms.
But it was wrong to buy them. It was wrong. The white men who bought them were wrong. The country who bought the slave. No.
He took it right off of them.
Okay,
hold on. Trillion. Let me tell you something. You slick, dog. You slick. You took it right over to the African kings and tried to pin that on some connection with black Americans over here. That's not how that works. Now I remember we're talking about your half. Since you half and half, we're talking about your other half that you try to stay away from. So think about it. If you are this evasive, imagine how a full-blooded pilgrim is evasive, right? If you can be this evasive on their behalf, and you're trying, dog, you're trying, and I know you want to be accepted by them, and it's sad that you got to go through all of this, you know what I'm saying, tormenting that you got to go through. But you don't imagine all of the evasion that we got to put up with them, with acknowledging what they will acknowledge is their fault in any of this. You don't even want to acknowledge the fault that they played and then give the analysis, the deep analysis that you've been doing for 2 hours for black people up here. We're talking about Juneteenth, and you done moved off of these pilgrims being the culprits the entirety of the time. You took it already back to Africa. We passed that.
And Trillion, if I sold you an ounce, a half ounce, and the police watched us, they're gonna get me, but they're gonna get you too. You bought it.
Of course, that's why I don't buy drugs or do drugs.
No. But you're letting off the people who bought the slave. You keep talking about the ones who sold them. Who bought them?
Yeah. I guess this is good for radio, whatever. But I mean, you know what I'm saying. It'd have been nice to open up the context and not make.
Well, actually, Platinum, you're gonna need a little more than a half ounce. They'll give you a ticket for that.
I got you on that, but still, he bought it. I'm saying he's talking about slavery. He's talking about Africans sold them. Well, who bought them? And he don't want to talk about that side of it.
He doesn't have to talk about that because he didn't come up here to be honest and open. He came up here to attack, and you didn't let this cat attack the whole time.
No. I'm trying to have black people improve our culture. That's it.
Stop it. Stop art. It's offensive to hear you say our. Stop that.
He got a right to his opinion. Roguish. He got a right to his opinion.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they say when they say the most hurtful things. The First Amendment.
You have a right. If you don't like it,
they got the right. They got the right to be vocally demonic against us.
You don't have to respond to him, brother. You know that's up to you. You got a right.
Well, no, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They ain't got no right to do that.
They give themselves that right. And their sycophants and their minions give them that right to be vocally demonic. You know what I'm saying? For real.
But it don't matter.
You get right back to him, brother.
My issue is I've heard a lot of people talk about all this stuff, and my thing is whatever we do, we got to do through political circles. If we can't do it talking, anybody, I go to a coffee shop and be radical as hell. It's not going to change anything.
Why would you do that?
Anything.
No, that's just verbal. You know what they call that? I'm being serious.
Who does that? Nobody does that.
Yes, they do.
Well, who go to a coffee shop to be radical rather than chill and sip coffee? A coffee shop?
I get flyers. I get flyers from guys talking about the Ahmad from Chicago, Benjamin, Williamson. It will be here. He'll be at the red, black, and green shop, and it's $50 to listen to him and come out here. Okay, you go, and he's radical. He's talked about, but he's not talking about legislation.
Is he talking about the history of black radicalism? Because that is a thing. That don't mean he's just trying to turn everybody radical. They just might want to hear their story.
Well, let me say this to you.
Well, it's the thing. That's what I'm saying. He sounds good, but he can't make nothing happen. And that was the same thing with Dr. King. He admitted Malcolm was a great speaker. He said, Malcolm X, he sounds great. He's an excellent speaker. He really gets your blood going, but he can't get shit done.
Okay, but why, if that was the case, why did the government kill him?
Hold up. He said, I'm trying to get something done. So it might not come across the same way, but I'm trying to help my people. Malcolm is just talking.
Yeah, and I want to love these devils, and we can get in bed with them and go on the same eat at the same diner, be on the same bathroom.
Well, I mean, you already know why they did that.
My best to tolerate you. You are just
get out of here.
Go ahead, move.
Get out of here. Y'all just don't. Y'all.
There we go. There you go. You're not moving the needle, brother. And you just you got whatever you say, it's got to work, man. It's got.
You're trying to be soft to these pilgrims. You're trying to be soft to these pilgrims, dog. Yeah, you are, dog. I'd have been around your type before. You're trying to be soft to these pilgrims that go along to get along, no matter what occurs in the anti-black offense from the system. And you're gonna, and just like this dude who came up here, and this is why he feels. This is why this trillions cat feels so at home here.
I'm blacker than you.
I don't want to hear that, but we didn't have the talk. You might not remember me, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Hold up, you're talking. Hold up, bro. I'm blacker than you.
I want to hear that blacker than me stuff, dog.
Hold up, I'm more of a black man than you are.
Stop it, dog. Yeah, I know, and you know what kind of black man I know that you are. The one that tries not to offend white people. You are one of those black people. You are one of those black people. I'm more of a
black man than you are.
You are one of those black people. Y'all act like y'all don't have a social pattern in which somebody can observe y'all.
What you say sounds good, but it'll never happen.
I don't sound good is what it is because I'm of the culture. I know black people. I'm not of the culture. Oh, now I'm not of the culture now.
Listening to you, it's like looking.
I want to hear that, dog. I want to hear that. You done let this imposter up.
It's like reading a comic book. It's dreams and fantasy. Nothing you say will ever work. It can't be implemented. All you have is just blind rage. You can't help black people with blind rage. And you don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, both of
y'all. You got to be able to talk to people and meet them where they are. It's not a compromise.
Ain't no.
You don't understand that. It's not a compromise.
That you have
we got to be able to dialogue with
yourself as being a different kind of black person too. You're one of those black people.
It's not that deep.
I'm different.
I know what you're saying, but it ain't that deep. Nah, we ain't never really did that up here. No one that comes up. I mean, you do have different characters. I knew Platinum
before he was speaking on these topics. All right, I remember when he was part of the space. I remember that. We done had our talks.
Well, I mean, with time, people, change and grow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all good. Nah, man, it ain't that serious, man.
Rogan, since you brought that up, niggas don't know me and those are lies. But you know what? Hold on. Let me tell you something, Rogan. All they got to do is hit me up in my email. They won't do that.
Oh,
So they want to
please.
believe lies.
Please,
That's
ain't
what
no
I'm saying.
lies. All we gotta do is listen to
No,
the
we're
show.
talking about something else. No, you was talking about something. You brought up an aspect. I was like, the way the world works, Rogish, if I told people you was a certain kind of way and those people never came to you, when you say, hey, those people got a problem, not you. If I want to ask you about Rogish, if I want to ask about you, all I gotta do is talk to you, right, Rogish?
Okay. And I'm talking to you. What's this?
And I just told you that people, you said part of a space. Rogish, I had nothing to do with what niggas did. Niggas believe lies about me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Niggas like who? I don't need niggas to tell me anything about you, dog.
Uh-oh.
Now,
Well,
Rogish,
talking
let me
about
say this to you right
That's a
quick.
different thing. That's a different thing.
Use it to your advantage. Because, I mean, I understand your passion, but use it to your advantage. Never let your enemy know what you're doing. So, yeah, you got to constantly go to battle. But you got to do it mentally. You see what I'm saying? Now, going off to, the rockers and doing it, in a radical way. Yeah, Platinum is right about that also. A lot of times it's not going to work. But even with that,
what
it's a way to do that as
you
well.
observe in the black community
Well, I'll give you a prime example.
outside of the traditional grassroots service that's been there for at least, 50 to 60, 70 years.
I understand what you're saying, but depending on the era or the decade, right? Certain things had to go down in a certain way to change. They just had to go that way. But if you can go to the internet right now and look up a video of the new Black Panther Party. They was in Philly.
Okay.
So they was out there minding their business, chilling. And the police rolled up on them. They was blocking traffic and all that. The dudes was out there with guns and everything, but they was reading the law to the police, telling them that this is legal for us to do this. We ain't bothering nobody. We got cameras.
Okay.
We doing our thing. They wasn't pointing guns at people. They had them pointed to the ground.
Right.
That's legal. And you know what the police did? They went on about it, but they snapped on the police so bad.
Okay.
That the police left. It was like 3 police, trucks that came. And they were radical, but they didn't, do any violence. They just, put the police in their place and they went on about their business and went to go eat donuts.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
okay.
My point is, it's always a way to do things. But if you just want to go crazy, it's not going to work well. So that's what I just told you.
But hold up, the whole thing is
battle your enemy with your mind.
The whole thing is perceived that black people are either going to go crazy or what's the other? Because it seems that it's always a judgment of extremes when it comes to black people, but you're not able to judge all other people in some kind of extremes, especially when we're talking about a day like today when something extreme occurs.
I agree with you. It's a double standard, but that's what I'm saying. By knowing that it's a double standard, that should teach you how to move in a strategic way or in a different way. So that's my point. Never let your enemy know what you're doing. Okay, defeat your enemy with the brain.
Yeah, and you what you say, anybody can say something that sounds good. Just like
get over the delivery, homie. Get over the delivery. Just listen to what it contained.
No. I'm saying anybody can say. Malcolm did that. Malcolm and King. Who helped black people? Malcolm or King?
What you mean? Who helped?
Who helped the black race? Malcolm X or Dr. King?
They both did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. King got all that. King got legislation passed. King did that. Malcolm, that didn't pass nothing.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I don't count that as help. I don't count that as help. What I count as help. I'm sure you do count it as help. If you want to be serious and fair, you'll say I am being serious. They both help black people.
That's just rhetoric.
That's not rhetoric.
Malcolm gave you empty fucking feel-good speeches.
You out of your mind.
Pep rallies. Malcolm didn't change nothing in America. Dr. King
hold up.
did.
You're talking about mental. You talking about you got to be mental and all that. Malcolm was that. Malcolm debated them on their own platforms and shattered them. He went to their colleges. He went to their highest institutions. Are you kidding me? Let me finish. Hold up. Let me finish. He was a great representative of the black culture, the black community, black potential. He started off as a pimp. So let's keep this 100. You know what I'm talking about? He showed that an example of resilience, of rebirth. You know what I mean? When it comes to Martin Luther King, no, I wasn't down with nonviolence. I'm offended by nonviolence
Well, there you
because
go.
I think.
So, hold on. Well, there you go. No. There you go.
Hold
you
up. I'm not. Hold up.
You like Nat Turner.
Hold up.
You're
I'm not done, man. Let me finish. You
brother,
don't. So you think? Wait a minute. So you think you got me sold up?
You've hit a point.
You think you got me? Y'all hit a point where you got triggered and you can't let me land my
I'm
plane.
not triggered.
This is where I think Martin Luther King was actually a plus to us. He gave our people heart. It took heart, and how Dick Gregory said, it took a lot of heart to stand out there without weapons, and you know you got all that offensiveness to you from the state and whatever. You know what I mean? I again, I'm not down with it. You know what I'm saying? Hit me and I hit you back. That's just how I rock with it. But to say that neither one of them had any type of progressive benefit unto us as a culture, so only because there was some legislation that was passed that now 50 years later they're rescinding on all kind of levels.
Okay.
What do you count as progress, cuz?
Well, what Dr. King did, I count that as progress. Now, as far as motivational speeches, interesting takes, I'll give that to Malcolm. I'll give that to Malcolm all day, but he didn't move no needle. And the whole point, look at Trump. Trump don't care
if he didn't, they wouldn't have taken him out. They wouldn't have taken him out.
Donald Trump. Look at Donald Trump. He's the president. He's doing all of this stuff. All these deals. He just got a $400 million plane. He's out here taking bribes. He's doing all of that. Guess what? He's moving a needle. Shit's happening. You can disagree.
You gonna compare him to Trump? Oh, come on, man. Like, okay, what does Trump got backing him? It ain't just in the name.
I'm comparing them to Trump.
You're comparing them as far as how polarizing they are within their name alone.
I think both of them are better than Trump, but I wouldn't compare.
Celebrity.
What I'm saying is he's moving a needle. One thing you got to do is make things happen. It sounds good, but you got to be able to do it. That's what black people have dropped the ball.
Your measurement is white people.
No.
You just exposed yourself. Your measurement is white people. You just exposed yourself.
Okay.
Just like this half of us that's talking all this smack, whatever. Mm-hmm. That's his measurement.
My measurement is fairness, and I am an American.
Yeah, okay. You're an American before you black, though, right?
You say you down with Nat Turner.
You're an American before you black, right?
You say that you down for all of these things. These are not good people, brother. What happened to him was wrong. You can't do it that way.
Stop.
You can't take.
Stop. You can't tell me not to have the values that I have. And then you want to say, well, you don't have my religion, just like a Christian.
If they're
just
wrong,
like a
they're
Christian.
Wrong.
Get out of here. Okay, so if I'm wrong, when are they wrong, man? The same thing that I'm asking him. Why is YouTube so full of people like you? Y'all can't point out not one negative factor of these devils, and you got all this flack for black people every damn day. Are you kidding me? You can't give me 5 things about a peck of wood, let alone this fucking imposter.
See, I can.
Where the fuck y'all come from? Do you grow up like this? What the fuck is y'all connection to being black when you young? And how the fuck do you lose as much as you do when you get older?
Ain't nothing special about white
fuck
people.
Out of here. Y'all mother.
You know what? So that's what I'm saying. And you know what?
You should let him talk.
No, he can't use all them fucking profanity words. I'm letting him talk if he will just clean it up and express himself so we can, because it still is YouTube, brother. You can't have all that. You can't pepper your streams with profanity. You can't do it.
You got a wide accountability for black people, dog. Like a lot of black people do, unfortunately, and I guess that's just the default or whatever.
But you got to understand the reason for that kind of mindset, if that's true what you're saying.
Do business. Have you looked at my chat?
Okay.
When I go in on Trump, do I?
Okay.
Do they not? Do not drag me for that?
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
bro. Your chat.
And then I gotta listen to him accuse me of not being black enough.
Drag Trump. No. Nobody say you want black enough. You don't want to question in mine.
Well, I mean, at the same time, Roga, we're not perfect either.
I know what kind of black that you
make mistakes.
But I'm saying we already have a cultural dynamic for these kind of black people. We do. But the thing is, all black people don't believe that they're beholden to it simply because it's not the power dynamic that is running the social order. That depends on what black culture means to you, what it's defined as, what you believe is composed as, what do you believe that its potential is. All right, but if everybody just going to kowtow to protecting pilgrims in a myriad of fashions, decade after decade after generation, how are we supposed to measure that? Why do we not? Again, if black people can get all of this, all of these extreme judgments against us, and I can't hear white murder get one. I can't hear them get one, but everybody got at least a list of something for us.
But that's what I'm saying. Ain't that you give it back to them? If that's the way you feel, then you give them the same thing that they give us. If that's what you feel, so that's what I'm saying. You got to constantly battle. That's what I'm saying. But you got to do it in a certain way. If you attack people verbally, right, aggressively, then a lot of people ain't gonna take you serious. They're gonna automatically think that you're a maniac and all that kind of stuff. So I ain't got no problem with it. You can talk strong to me all day. You see what I'm saying?
Look,
I ain't got no problem with it, but you know,
I'm a field
you still
nigga.
got to know how to talk to each other.
I'm a field nigga, and I'm gonna deliver it to you in the same way that we do in the field.
Yeah, it don't matter to me.
Please understand that. I'm from North Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't give white America no passes. Where I'm from, you don't do that. You either do or you don't, and that's the extreme of it. I don't do that. And everywhere that I've been, where black people have been, I've had to watch y'all give them so many passes and them not have to.
But you can't do that with your own people. You got to make peace with your brother. That's what I'm telling you.
None of their devilment.
No, that's being convenient. That's convenient to be that way with you. Other people want to exist, and they have to deal with others. They have to deal with injustice. They have to seek restitutions via the means that are established. All of this yelling and screaming,
it's very convenient.
That ain't gonna work.
It's very convenient that black people got to get all of this lash forever, even from black people. And then when the days come up where you're supposed to be giving it to the pilgrim, you don't. You got to hear black people. You got to hear black people give it to black people.
You ain't got to listen to that, bro.
You got to hear.
Stand on your square. You ain't got to deal with that.
So that's crazy.
Rogish, what you keep forgetting is you don't get to decide that. You keep
I know.
Speaking like
the history could. The history should decide.
No. You think you speak for black people and you don't.
The history should decide. Why doesn't the history decide?
No, you can bring up. Well, the way you deal with that is you compile a study and you show that you go.
You're living it.
You have opportunity. No,
you're living it. You're living it.
You more than that. It's more than that.
You're living it. You are living that same experience of your ancestors. It's just in a different model. You're living the same. You're living the same existence economically, politically, socially. You're living that exact same existence. You're just unslaved.
A public speaker when he got off the drugs, he got out of the life of crime. That is when he decided to help or try his best to try to bring people together. Yep. He didn't do it while I was doing that.
Had to hear this one dude say black community this, black community that, but he don't acknowledge none of the grassroots groups that have been serving within the black community the entirety of the time. Everything is YN and this, that, and this, that, and you gave him access.
Why does that upset you, though, brother?
Because black people are more than that.
Okay, we know
that. No, but the thing is, he claiming to be of us. He can't even give none of that. He can't even give a inkling of some empathy.
But I was trying to tell y'all 6 days ago.
But yet he claimed to be connected to us. So I gave the cultural vehement accusation, all skin folk ain't kin folk. I got that right as a black man, don't I?
So you're right. Really. So what does that tell you?
Really.
So
you have no rights.
Not really.
Him, period.
Not really.
You can say it, but I mean, you don't know who he is, and
I don't care. I don't care. I got enough of his energy from him right there.
He's married to a white woman living in the suburbs.
Yeah,
and he could really care less about that. That's what I'm saying. That's your determination.
That's my cultural determination. If you black, you heard all skin folk ain't kin folk.
Hold
up. Am I the only one who heard that? Am I the only one who's heard that? Am I the only one who's heard that though? Let me make sure that all of us are connected where we've encountered that cultural sentiment.
Don't deal with them. It's just that simple.
No, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Can I get a yes or a no from y'all with this first?
Is RG3 living in is RG3 living in black culture? RG3.
Is R3G living in black culture?
RG3 living in black culture.
What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
What you mean by that when you say black culture? Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. You talking about his classification? You talking about what? His social class? Is that what you mean?
I'm talking about how he's living his life. I'm talking about.
I don't know how he's
post.
living his life, cuz all I know is this picture of him right here. So give me some specifics.
But what is black culture, Platinum? What you mean?
So let me ask you this, Rogish. If you saw a black man in the mall with a cowboy hat on, boots, Levi's, and a big Marilyn Monroe shirt, would you look at him as someone in the culture?
Yeah, definitely. Aside from Marilyn Monroe on the face of his shirt, but boots and a 10-gallon, you ain't never wore boots before?
That's right, you're a Texas.
We wear, hold up. No, I'm from Oklahoma, bro. We wear boots in Oklahoma.
You see what I'm saying? You see what he just said? Now, I'm more.
Boots isn't white culture anyway.
You're right. No, I'm a Southerner. So in a Southern place, they may look at him like that. But like he said, out where he's from, boots and a cowboy hat
He from Texas.
Mean absolutely, just like you said, it's just, hey, no, look at that black dude trying to be white. No, man, that's a black man from Texas. He ain't trying to be nothing.
Over a third of the
man.
Cowboys were black, if you know the history. So it's the whole perceive is that, oh yeah, it's some white boy shit. It's not. That's black culture right there. I know my culture.
Okay,
That's why I wouldn't have no problem with how he dressed. I wouldn't have no problem that he be with a white chick. I wouldn't have no problem with that because I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, there's no specific black culture though. I mean, we just different.
You got brothers that date white women, cuz ain't nothing wrong with that. It's going to happen. It's called admixture.
Yeah,
it happens.
What about you, do business? If you saw RG3 with a black cowboy hat, boots, Levi's, and a big oversized sort of tee, Marilyn Monroe tee, would you look at him like, this brother is gone, he out of here?
You want my honest opinion?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would say he's because I don't know him, that would be wrong to say that, but based on perception, I'd be like, yeah, dude look like a coon. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do understand that we're different. Like the brother said, that's how some black people dress in Texas or
they dress like that
in different parts of the country or whatever. But yeah, just looking at him like, yeah, that don't look like a normal black dude. You got on a cowboy hat for it and some boots.
No, I'm telling you, brothers wear cowboy hats, boots, and all that. The whole thing, the issue with the Marilyn Monroe thing. He's trying to make a statement with that. And I think that's the whole issue with cats who rock like that. They try to big up white women as the best woman and everything. It's like, nah, just be with your woman and live your life. You know what I'm saying? If she share the woman that shares, that keeps the peace of my brother is my sister. You feel me? I don't care what her color is. If she keep your peace, she keep your peace. That's all a good woman's supposed to do for you. So, but what they do is show, you know what I'm saying, either some self-hate or some anti-blackness with stances like this. It's like, nah, it's like who are you trying to project this to? And it's always to the black community as ha. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, then
I don't like being around black people like that think that you are on another level because you date interracially. Like, nah, dog.
Yeah.
I can't be around you if you like that.
That's an air that they have about themselves. Did you see the attorney for the Choi or the Chow dude? Did you see how he? You know what I'm saying? For
the Chinese dude.
Yeah, but the black attorney. Did you see how smug he was? You know what I'm saying? Did you? You see?
Nah, I ain't. I seen his face. I didn't see it.
Yeah, super smug. It's like, all right, dog. You can have an empathetic view with how the people, you know what I'm saying, go about this, but he won't. It's not. It's like, hey, screw you niggas or whatever. It's like, all right then. Okay.
I can't be around. Nah, I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't deal with no. Nah, that's crazy.
Appreciate you, Fire She Fly.
When all is said and done, RG3, I get it, brother. You done lost connection. You don't want your white woman to feel uncomfortable doing, of Juneteenth. Guilt. You don't want her to feel guilty. You don't want her to feel nothing. So you post this up, and within it, you're trying to massage Juneteenth into something that it's not. And they do that to black. That's why black people really, everything they do gets changed into something else. That's why all that woke stuff come on. You're like, yo, man, they talking about black people being treated fair. No, woke culture. And then within the woke culture, they start inserting shit, inserting all types of different things. And then you say, as a black man, I just want to be treated fair. And then they hitting you off with trans rights and shit like that. You're like, what? Nah, man. Well, no, you want to see, this is about woke. You got to vote for woke.
But the fact that they changed woke into something negative, it's like woke was something that was progressive and positive for black people. And then the moment that outsiders get a hold of it, nope, we got to turn it into something that negates them. And it's like, okay, well, come up with your own thing. The whole black fatigue thing, right? A sister wrote a book, I think it was in 1994. And, what I'm saying, just going, make you want to holler, what I'm saying, type of vibes. And look when they got a hold of it, what happened? Reversed it, negated. It's got to be against them. You know what I mean? So the thing is, for us to act like there aren't any social detriments to the character or the cultural character of white people is crazy, especially during times when you have moments of remembrance like these. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, okay, perhaps there can't be some growth or whatever, all right, whatever, but to acknowledge as if the intention isn't there culturally for them, simply because you might know one, or one might be connected to you through marriage, association, or whatever, business partnership or whatever. You don't protect the group through that one. Just because your one might be good to you, don't mean you need to protect the whole other group. That's why black people reflexively would say, not all of them, not all. Well, we ain't talking all of them. We're talking about the power standing that the ones in position usually execute when they interact with us, no matter who they are. It ain't just white people, all y'all. When it comes, if it ain't all, why is it every time every one of y'all that's in the power standing? If it ain't all.
Well, I mean, some of our people got, I guess, coonitis or something. You always want to stick up. But yeah, but you already know what time it is with that, man.
Right, but it's the same thing with Mexicans. It's the same thing with Asians. It's the same thing with everybody.
Yeah.
When we start playing those power dynamics, and that's exactly what we need in order to, what I'm saying, whatever all this half of us was talking about earlier. What we need to uproot all of those maladaptations and negative detriments of the community. We have to have a power shifting. The United States, pilgrims, whoever else is here, ain't trying to have us uplifted in our power standing. They don't want that. No more crime. All right, then. We got to develop amass a certain amount of power for that, right? Agency, all of that, non-dependency, right? Being able to permit to thrive economically within our own pockets, potentially our own markets.
Yeah, but see, you saying all of that when people got to put up money, and these people, look, like I said, all this YouTube stuff is good. It's chatter.
You want to denote exactly what somebody's saying to chatter as if it's not something that they observe within their community. It's not chatter, man. If it was chatter, they wouldn't have took them cats out.
Roguish, they got to make things happen, though. You got to still work with them.
It's like the fifth time you're going to say, you can make it sound good. Ain't no make it sound good. I make it sound good because I live it, because I see it. I done been out here serving my folks. That's why it sounds good, because I lived it. It's not. It ain't just for the YouTube.
Let's get a mass appeal. So present it. So, like you say, America, equality, freedom. Present it so people support it. Everybody supports it.
You got to get black people to admit that we're diametrically opposed, and you're not going to admit that, and the bulk of black people aren't going to admit that. No matter what happens, no matter how long this continues.
What am I opposed to, Roguish?
What you mean? You're opposed to all of that doesn't want you in a thriving state. So ask yourself.
But that's not going to stop you from thriving, though.
You're right. I'm opposed to anybody who
I didn't say it was. Who said it was going to stop you? I didn't say there were insurmountable odds.
Roguish, I'm opposed to anybody who don't want me. Why would I like them? Why would I support them? They don't want me.
Yeah, you don't need that kind of stuff on your mind, man. Just
But it's not just you. You're talking for a culture. You are talking for a culture. You're all talking for a collective that you're a collective of, unless you're not connected to that collective.
I got my one opinion. When did I don't represent no culture.
Exactly. And this is why we need to have these talks, so that there are the the nuances that are presented, so that nobody's speaking for something out of turn or speaking for something out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Perpetrating they connected to something, whatever.
Who represents black culture?
What you mean? Who represents black people? Are supposed to, but there are I guess there are striations in our black classification. So I guess that's what we're handling now. You feel me?
Al Sharpton?
Foundational Black Americans and all that, ADOS, the people call themselves the Freemen and all that.
Freeman, that's the same. When you say Freeman, they lean toward FBA. So you got Yvette Carnell with the ADOS, you got Tariq Nasheed, right, with FBA. Who represents?
It's other groups. It's not
right.
leaders. You're looking at groups.
Thank you, sir. Rogish, thank you.
Yeah.
We don't even hear about the other groups. They're not as vocal. They're not like all on YouTube.
Why not? Wait, why not? What do you mean?
They're not, because they don't want to be.
Why not?
They could be, but they're not like that.
Hold on. Okay, tell me what groups you know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how I look at it. Now, I can't talk about groups, but when I look at the ADOS and the FBA, I go by what the census says, and I go by what America says. I don't go by some YouTube stuff. I get it; it's popular, but until they're willing to deal with America,
the census in America,
until they're willing to deal with America from a legislative process. This is what King was talking about. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
What information do you use from the culture that you say you don't represent, but you are connected to the people of that culture? So what are you representing in your black identity? What do you represent in your black identity? Since you ain't connected to black culture.
Who said
how can he platinum not?
Who said
hold on, bro.
You said you ain't connected to no culture. You just said that.
No. You talking about YouTube in the sense of what's going on. I'm saying, like a Dr. King, I'm saying you got to make this stuff go. You can't just tell people anything. And that's my point. Like, you look at Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine, okay, she supports LGBT. She's a liberal. Jasmine, she ain't focused just on black people. She's a fucking liberal. Jasmine, she lost her seat. Okay, yeah, she lost her seat, but I don't like Jasmine Crockett. What's there not to like? If she's a black woman, she's a lawyer. Yeah, okay, she's also a liberal. Well, we need somebody that's only going to be focused on black issues. Well, can that person even get elected? And that's what I'm saying. When you say that, oh man, motherfucker, you a hater. We ain't trying to help. So basically what you're saying is I should lie. Should lie.
So you saying that's what being black is? Are you saying that's what being black is? How you gonna get elected
talking like that? You won't get elected.
So wait a minute. That don't answer my question, bro. Because the whole thing, you said you're not connected to a culture. The whole thing with Juneteenth, all of this is culture. What RG3 is connected to is culture.
No. I'm connected to Juneteenth, brother.
Okay, but hold up. That's culture.
My bloodline, my burn with Juneteenth. You talking about this YouTube stuff. Now,
I ain't talking about no YouTube. You leave YouTube, bro. We just talking on YouTube. That don't mean everybody see through this place as a lens. We just talking on YouTube. This is some telephone shit, man. For real. Don't get it twisted.
No, roguish. I'm Juneteenth. That burns in my blood, brother. I love those people, even though they passed away, and I don't even know where they're buried. But I love what those people had to endure, and they were strong enough to go through it. And it was because of them. I don't look at Abraham Lincoln. I look at them that we found freedom. So yeah, that's where I stand. At 100%. Now, I don't tamper that with some type of anger or
found freedom. It wasn't found. It was.
I watched Birth of the Nation. Hold up. I knew about Nat Turner. and then I watched Birth of the Nation. I believe now, and that's fine, brother. We welcome disagreement over here. I thought he may have. I thought that he went too far.
Of course you did. Of course you did. You think I'm surprised? Of course you thought he went too far. Yep. Of course you did.
I did.
Wow, I'm so surprised. I am so surprised.
We're different people, man.
Who'd have thunk
we
it?
have to work within the system.
Who'd have thunk it?
If you don't want to work within the system, it's sort of irrelevant. You're just talking.
Who'd have thunk it? Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? Nat Turner should have worked within the system.
When you look at Umar Johnson, well,
no, keep it on Nat Turner, bro. No, wait, keep it on Nat Turner. I need you to hear yourself when you say this. You're saying that Nat Turner should have, quote unquote, worked with the system at the time of his existence. Do you hear what you're saying? You are projecting.
Are you finished?
The potential avenues of access that you got now in these contemporary times
Are you finished?
onto the future so that it'll fit a narrative.
Are you finished though?
How can you work with a system that, no, I'm not finished. How can you work with a system? Remember, you work with the system where they're breeding you like cattle. You work with the system where they're selling your people. You work with the system. Do you hear yourself? That's why I think y'all be on. That's why I think y'all be on some Griff shit, man. For real, you know what I mean?
Do you want to answer?
Actually, nah. You know what? I'm a mad shot on that. I'm a mad shot on that. Yeah. Y'all good. So yeah. Good luck.
What Nat Turner did is historical, but what did it do for us? And what I'm saying, okay, he did a revolt, but what did it do for black people? Nothing. And that's what I mean. We get into these spaces and these guys, they say anything and it's all some macho stuff, but it's not going to work. It's not going to change anything. Carmelo Anthony's in prison right now. Just because you get mad, talk about the video, beat your chest, they're not going to let him out. The only way you're going to let him out, you got to go through the legal process. And that is where I think Negroes have dropped the ball because of these social media channels. They think just because they say some shit, it's going to work. That's just not true. That's just not true. Simple as that. And he ran off do business. He ran off because he couldn't get me to say what he wanted me to say. And he's not going to get me to say what he wants to say. We see the world differently. I don't idolize Nat Turner. I saw the Birth of a Nation. I understand his frustration. He was a black man and he committed a revolt. I don't idolize Nat Turner. Do you think he was right? No, I don't think he was right. And the same Negroes who tell you he was right, they shitting in their pants when they see a white man. They ain't gonna do nothing but talk. That's just nothing but talk. YouTube warriors. They see if the police pull them over, they pull over so quick the police damn near rear end them because they done swapped over. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And what direction are we trying to go in, man? What are we trying to do? Do we want to be on the top or the bottom? Do business. His link is up here. I don't know where he's at. He probably done fell asleep. What do we want, man? What do we want for each other? Like the stream, man. Like the stream. Reach down there and hit the like. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat. We trying to figure this thing out. God said we need to go back into Jim Crow. We trying to figure this out. That's crazy when you think about it.
Yo, Black.
There you
Y'all still on?
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, I had to go get my package. Yeah, well, And the brother still on
He ran off. I wouldn't agree with him, and he ran off.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. Got a lot of passion though, but you know, rage is not gonna change anything.
And they don't want to hear. See, do business. They don't want to hear that. And then what they don't understand is the white supremacists know they mad. He like you look at Israel. Look at Israel. Look at Iran. They went in there and killed all those leaders. They ain't Iran ain't did nothing to the leaders of those countries. They know they mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know they mad. And look at Iran. Iran outsmarted them and they won, but they had to outsmart them. They had to say, hey, we can't, what they doing to us, we can't do to them because it won't work.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, Negroes don't understand it. They say, okay, well, let's do the same thing to them that they're doing to us. Well, that sounds good, but it won't work.
That's what I was trying to. Man, you took the words right out of. That's what I was telling the brother earlier. Don't let your enemy know what you're doing. It's crazy, man. You have to outsmart someone that's trying to defeat you. You have to do it, with the brain. I mean, but just going crazy is just not gonna. It's gonna turn into a whole lot of complaining without any progress, and it doesn't make any sense. Ain't nobody gonna take you serious if you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
You're right, man. And what you say has to be plausible. You can't just say anything, But YouTube has given a green light to people to just say anything, despite the fact that it's impossible to pass. And if you are someone trying to help black people, that doesn't help black people.
Yeah. Maybe you can't get everything done on a one-man mission too. A lot of guys, you have to work with others, man. But
When you look at the Jewish community, somebody said in New York they got their own police station, their own police that handle their problems. They do. But Jews are a faith. To be Jewish, that's a religion. That's what they practice. He said, well, Negroes should have that. Show me how they're going to get at the Negroes. How could they get at the Negroes? We just saw Negroes on this channel attacking each other.
Yeah.
How? And now they're black. One guy said he wasn't black, but they're black, but they're attacking each other. So how you going to get the benefits that Jews get? You don't live like that. But then again, they want to hear what makes them feel good. They don't want to hear the truth.
Right. Got to be on one accord. Yeah. It makes perfect sense. That's the problem we have in the first place, what you call ethnocentric. We believe in so much stuff. It's crazy, man. We call ourselves this. We call ourselves this. It's off the meters, man. Somebody start a new organization tomorrow and call it this. It's crazy, man. Yeah, we definitely not, connected like we should be.
And we don't want to be. And other races see that. And there's boycott Asian businesses. They don't have to say nothing. Somebody go in there be in there looking for some weave. All they gotta do is discount their prices. That's all they gotta do. Knock $10, knock $12 off. Advertise that this bundle is going for this amount. They'll be in there.
Yeah, man.
And we know that. We know they're gonna be in there.
Yeah, you ain't gonna stop, especially black women, from going to buy that fake hair and nails and toes and nah, you can forget that. There's some dudes that tried to do that one time, and the black women was getting at it. There was a whole long line of, I don't know what city they was in, but it was a dude trying to stand up for black women because of some situation with the Asian. They still went back down there. So
yeah, they do that now.
It's crazy, man.
As we speak, hold up. As we speak, they do that right now. As we speak. And they leave this foolishness out here that just because like you could wave a magic wand and okay, Carmelo, right? I think he got screwed. I think he was innocent. He was found guilty. They think they could wave a magic wand and he'll get a retrial. That's what I'm saying. It don't work that way. And social media has opened up the door for people to attack people. Oh, that motherfucker, he just trying to be a white man. He down there talking about he gonna go through the courts, man. Fuck that. That's what I'm saying. So what do you want? What do you want? You have to wonder, what do you want?
Yeah.
Many of us, we don't want nothing. We ain't gonna never get nothing. We never had nothing, and then we don't even want. And we trying to fight.
Yeah, man. There's too much going on, man. It's a lot to do. I mean,
We got a long way to go, man. And all
yeah,
these boycotts, these quarterbacks, these football players, they didn't boycott. So they like everything the way it is, man. So ain't nothing to complain about.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're right, man. Is somebody else up here?
No, just me, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he ran off do business.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hear you, Platt. I hear you, man. Great conversation y'all had today. I mean, I came in kind of late, but yeah, I mean,
we had Octologic. She was afraid to come up here. She said she married to a white man, but she was afraid to come up here. She might not be here right now, but she was here.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to accept that. I mean, I did kind of look at this black woman funny one time when I saw it. I was at the store one time. She was with the white dude. I looked at her, and then I just walked off. I was kind of, shocked a little bit. Like, what the hell is she doing with this? But, that's your choice.
Yeah, it is. It is. If that's what you want, enjoy. Yeah, I had a supervisor. She was married to a white dude. I had a couple of supervisors. Now that I think about it, every black woman who was a supervisor over me were all married to white men. Married.
Wow.
Yeah, they were married. No,
All
like
of
it was
them.
like, yeah, the whole shift, like 5 people, 3 of them black women, shift supervisors, all of them were married to white guys. All 3 of them.
And you can't hear. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Wow.
And the white women who were supervisors, guess what? They treated me the best, the white women. So I got in the white woman section. I got out of that section. And guess what? All the stuff I needed, they did. The black women was resisting. You don't need that day off. You need to come to work and all of that. And I was like, wait a minute. The other guy was like, yo, man, I got it. I put my information in last night and they gave it to me that morning. When I got in, Chief told me he signed it. Yeah, what they did was they ignored my needs. So I went into a new supervisor, and the white woman, she did everything I needed her to do within the expectations.
Yeah. That's a sickness too, yeah. When they act like that, yeah. I dealt with that one time before myself, Platinum. Just mean for no reason. Like, what's your problem? Like that's I don't even know how to break that down. That's messed up. You had to go through that though. All 5 of them, you said married to white dude. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, all 5 of them. Yeah, all 5 of them. Yep. I was a black man, and they didn't care for black men. We're not talking about no days of YouTube and all of that, but they didn't care for black men. I was I'm still a man. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They all had zaddies.
I'm trying not to laugh, but that the Coon sisters too, man. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. They just want to dominate over you for no reason. And you're trying to make money. Like, what's your
It
problem,
was
man?
some things they did. I was rescued though. No, I was rescued. It was some things they did, and when I told the man over them, he took care of it. It's like I didn't. It's like I said it, but it's like he saw it, and he put me in another section. He said, "Okay, we're gonna get you out of here." And out of nowhere, they said, "You in a new section." And the white woman that was over that section, man, she did everything I needed her to do. That the others would never do. They wouldn't do it. They just wouldn't do it.
But the Caucasian man made him do it, huh?
Well, he got me out of where I was. He put me in a new place, and then the white supervisors, white women, obviously, if I asked something that was, what I'm saying, within reason, not some stupid shit, yeah, they let me. I was able to get it. But normally, the blacks ones, they wouldn't even turn the request in. They would tell me it's too soon. They would say shit. I said, hey, I want to go to school. They would look at me and say, we got to have another person here. We're short. I said, well, I still need to want to go to school. I want to knock my college out. You cannot go to school because we don't have a replacement. We need a replacement here. So as soon as that replacement you could go in school. So I was like, damn. So I could have knocked out a semester and I can't go to school. And it was personal. So then I went and they moved me, and then I was able to do things I needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to talk to you like they're your mama. Yeah. Not trying to even, negotiate with you. And you was an employee and they was in a supervisory position. I mean, that's what I'm asking.
No, you're right. You're
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do business. Look, I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. All
I
right,
appreciate you taking time out your day coming up here to say hello, man.
all right. Peace out.
Yeah. You're always welcome, brother. And we finna go ahead and shut this down, man. We talking about Robert Griffin III. He posted a photo, him, his family. He feels like he set the internet on fire. He feels like he was mishandled. He feels like he was done wrong. He feels like black people don't want to accept this white woman. And black people are saying you done weaponized your white woman every 5 minutes you posting her. And that's something we'd have to get from Robert Griffin III. But that's the discussion we had. We appreciate the pull up, man. If you can, reach down there and hit the like button. Just like the stream. If you have it, look, shout out to Incel. If you have it, bless the Cash App. Hit the super chat. We still got the super chat. We're trying to figure this thing out. And we welcome people of whether you agree or disagree, but we can't be profane and we can't slander and we can't attack people.